Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Oh, that sounds much better.
How's the weather?
Uh, Humid.
Is it,
Hot and humid.
over here, 97, but it's not humid. It's just dry weather.
Yeah, well, it's probably about 97, but it's probably about 97 humidity too.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna give it a few minutes for people to come on.
Okay.
Oh, what a day! Ooh, I see a light. Wonder if they can see that across the street. Hello, Miss Claire. Hello, Chris. How are you? Hi, Robin. Hi, Tina. Might have to turn this the other way. Hold on. Get you closer. Hi, Pat. Hey, Kat. Hey, Becky. Okay. Hi, Martha. How are you doing, sis? We have Cryptid559 on the line. Hello, Cryptid.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody in chat.
Can you guys hear him?
Can you guys hear me?
There's always a delay, so I have to wait for a second.
Oh, okay.
This thing delays horribly. Hey, Pappy. Can everybody hear him okay? Yes, no, thumbs up. Say hello again, Cryptid.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Hello, everyone.
Okay, sound is great. All right, so, hey, Cryptid, how are you?
Good, thank you. Thank you. I want to say thank you for having me on, lady. It's an honor to be on your show.
Oh,
It's great.
thank you.
I love the channel. I love the people in the chat. You guys are all great.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, we're glad that you're here. Um, I I pick very few people, but the ones that I really like. So,
Thank you.
hi Jamie, hi Southern Cal. Anyways, we have Cryptid as our guest tonight, and before we get started on any of his encounters, I wanted to ask you how long you been doing this?
He's about over a year now.
About a year?
Yeah, a little bit over a year now.
Wow.
But I've always been intrigued with the paranormal and cryptid. But you know, things have always happened throughout my life with encounters
Yeah.
of paranormal. Um, but yeah, the channel just got started about a year and a half ago.
Well, I've been watching, I keep going back to your videos and watching your videos because there's some really interesting stuff on there. So,
Yeah.
you mind telling all your family here the first encounter that you had?
Yeah, the first one that I had was back in 87, I believe it was, 86 or 87. And it was out here in the country in our area, which is Fresno County, and it's in Central California. So we live close to the foothills, to the Sierra Nevada mountains,
Yeah.
and I used to live out in the country, close to the mountains, and there's a lot of orchards, citrus orchards that are grown here. So there's acres of citrus orchards all the way up to the hills. So we used to live out in a property out there. And one night we were leaving the town, and with my mom, my dad, and my little brother, with us four, and we're heading back home. And it was about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. And we're going home. It was already getting dark. So, I noticed this light. On the way home, I noticed these lights. And I told my dad was driving, hey, Dad, there's a helicopter. And my dad usually says, oh, no, it's a plane or whatever. I'm always observing the sky. I was always observing the sky. And, my dad will always tell me, oh, it's a plane, oh, it's a sky, it's a helicopter. it's a star. But this time he stayed quiet. And then he says, he's looking out the window. I'm seeing him look out the window, and he goes, "No, that's not a helicopter or a plane."
Oh my goodness.
So then on one of the turns going straight to our house, he pulled over to the side of the road. So there was no traffic out there. So it was kind of quiet. So we're the only ones out. So he pulled off to the side of the road, and we all got off. All four of us got off. And this, whatever, I wouldn't say it was a UFO. I'm not saying it was alien, but it was an unidentified flying object, right? And it was triangular form. There was two of them, and these things were huge. So they were hovering not hovering. I mean, they were floating right over us, and not very high up. So there was three white lights on each tip, and then a red center light. So each craft had the same light formation, and they were like together. But these things were huge, and they passed right over us, and they had no sound. You couldn't hear any engine sound, nothing. But they just gradually passed over us. I remember seeing the lights clearly. It covered the stars when it passed over us, so you can see the shape of the craft. And it was a triangle. There was two of them. And then they headed off towards the east, towards the Sierra Nevada mountains.
So so you had no real interaction with it? It just kind of hovered above you?
Yeah, they just floated above us, very slow. So then I just told, we didn't even talk about it. After they, we observed them, they went into the mountains and disappeared. We all got back in the car, and that was it. We never talked about it again until one time in a family party, somebody said something about UFO, and all of a sudden we all started talking about it and telling everybody what we saw. What was kind of strange, and now that I'm thinking about it. And then recently, when I barely did the video, because I made a video on it, I was talking to my mom about it. I go, "Mom, do you remember the lights and that we saw?" And she goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "What's weird about it? You remember me telling you about the 3 nights, the consecutive 3 nights after we saw that there was a red light and I was hovering in the air above the bed?" I go, "Mom, no, Mom, you never told us that." So she thought she had told us, but she said, so after that, we saw those crafts, the 3 consecutive nights after there was a red light. She thought it was a dream, but she was hovering in the air. This red light was on her, that she could see my dad in the bed, but she couldn't move or anything. So I don't know.
I don't know. I saw one as a kid, but nothing like that, and I didn't see it as detailed as you saw it. It wasn't hovering. It just went so fast over our heads. It went from a little teeny tiny dot over the Lake Erie to a light that looked like a train, single headlight coming straight at us. And my uncle freaked out, made us kids run. We were little. And all I remember is we weren't very far from the house when that thing flew over our heads, not very high over our heads, it didn't feel like, because the rush of wind blew us, but we heard nothing. That's the only time. And then, you know what, years after that, I never even thought about aliens. I mean, I don't know, my head was someplace else, but I bet you 10 to 1 you never got that thing out of your mind, did you?
Oh, no, I can still see it in my mind. And my brother still remembers it, and I think he was about 5 or 6. He still remembers it. I'm like, "Dad," he didn't remember it until we started talking about it again, and then he did remember about it.
That is just freaky.
But it's crazy. My mom wants to go under hypnosis. I totally go for it. Okay, I don't know. Are you going to be ready for whatever comes up out of that,
Did you guys all make your tin hats yet?
Right?
I think we all need tin hats. The more I hear about this, the more I hear about people with UFO sightings, the more I think we really do need tin hats.
Yeah. And I don't know, I'm not going to say it's alien. I'm not 100% sure. A couple of years ago, the government came out with pictures of the craft called the TR-3B.
Yeah.
And it's on the internet. You can type it. It looks like a triangle, but to me, it's not the same. These things were huge. I mean, I'm not. It's a triangular shape, but I'm not saying it was that one that the government came out with the picture. And it wasn't the black, those other ones, the stealth bomber. It wasn't none of those. So, I mean, I don't know. The Area 51's just east of us over the hills here. So who knows?
Somebody in the chat, I caught it for a second. Hi, all you newbies that came in. We have Cryptid559, as you see on the title, for our guest. But somebody said something about it being a military drone. Military? Oh, Chris, did you say it was military? Or who did? Someone said something about military, but I couldn't get it. But because it went so fast. But anyway, I don't know, because like I said, that's the only thing that I've ever seen in my life. But you living out there, I'm sure you see military stuff going on out there all the time then, don't you?
Yeah, over here, we see the jets, we got jets, we got bases all scattered out throughout the Central Valley here, which is kind of, I don't know, I'm hearing that it's kind of weird. Other people are telling me that it's kind of fishy, that they're so close together.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I haven't researched that. But there's a lot of, we've got about maybe like 6 bases just around the Central Valley.
So that means that you've seen regular military things. Have you seen military drones, the big, huge drones?
I've seen drones at night passing over our town. I've actually seen one.
Yeah, we saw them out here too at where I live too. They seem to be using the drones a lot, but heck, those drones aren't close to being the size of,
Oh no, not even close.
And they make noise. Did the drones that you see? Did they make noise?
They make like a humming sound.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, the ones here do too. That's freaky.
Yeah, it's like a crazy humming sound.
Yeah. Do you associate Sasquatch with UFOs?
I want to say yes.
You do?
And yes, but the only reason why I think that they might be getting abducted also.
You think they're getting abducted?
Yes.
Wow. No, that's the first time I've ever heard that.
I personally feel that they're getting abducted and then they're getting dropped off again.
That is freaky. I've never heard that before. That is really weird. Yes, Robin?
Here in the valley, the black triangles are very popular.
Oh, really?
A lot of black triangle sightings.
Yeah, you can get on YouTube and Google. You can get on YouTube and watch lots of videos about stuff like that. All right, so here's what I'm interested. Here's what I'm really interested in hearing. You have some DM in your area?
Well, I never thought we did, but after I saw the one that I saw.
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, is because, when watching your videos, I hear and see the Sasquatch activity, and listen to what you're saying and blah, blah, blah. But the last few ones that you've been doing gave me, made the hair on the back of my neck stick up, and I was like, nah, you can't go out there. You need to stop going out there. I mean, that last one was like downright scary. So tell me what changed. Did you change areas, or did you do something different?
What do you mean, like the area changed, or?
Yeah, the area changed. Did you? Because you were. What I'm saying is, you go to that same area, but did something had to have changed? Because the whole atmosphere changed.
Right. So I don't know what's going on, but I heard about that 5 Sasquatch near Avocado Lake. And I just we just put out a new video about Avocado Lake a couple hours ago. So that, I explain everything that's going on in that area. But what really got us going on this, doing a YouTube channel, I heard about Sasquatch being down on the valley floor, and then, I never saw it, I never thought that Bigfoot would be down near town, along the river on the valley floor. I always thought they were up in the mountains, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never thought they were down here, but after the story came out that it was by Avocado Lake, so So we started going out there. A couple of us, friends, got together and we started going out there, sky watching, and maybe listening to maybe we'll hear some weird stuff or catch a glimpse of Sasquatch. But when we actually got to that area where I had my dog man encountered by the bridge, we were out there just sky watching. And sure enough, this happened. I saw what I saw. And I never thought, I heard of them in the Midwest, Michigan, Ohio, dogman. Like, it's probably Sasquatch that they're seeing.
Right.
But then I end up seeing this thing, and it has the head of a canine. And that's when I got taken back. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that one picture that I was talking to you about just kind of freaked me out because, to me, there's nothing else except for a DM. And you can tell by you guys' reactions, that the atmosphere has changed, and it was just, to me, it was just downright scary. I have no idea how you could stand there. I'm surprised you didn't run off. But
well, I never go alone. So we never go alone. It's either 2 of us or 3 of us, or else we don't go. So we stick together. We never go off wandering by ourselves. I always tell them we need to stick together, safety first. I don't care. Just stick up. We stay close to the car. So they're gonna, honestly, since we've been going out there, everything seems to come towards us. We don't have to go look for it.
Right. Right. Yeah.
It comes towards us for some reason. I mean, it just happens to be that way.
Yeah, it happens that way too. To me, like I've talked to people about that go out researching in certain areas. Well, it's one thing if you go out in certain areas and you're specifically looking for them. I guess they know that you're there or whatever. But areas like this that you frequent, and you keep going back to the same place, they are so curious, and I think maybe they ran the Sasquatch off, and now these guys want to know who you are and what you are doing and the whole 9 yards. I don't know, but it changed. It changed awful fast.
Yeah, it did. Since that story, so we've been going right. I always thought, so when we started going out there, just before the dog man, before I saw the dog man, we were going out there and we were hearing whistling. We found another area, that's about a mile from the bridge, but on the other side of Avocado Lake. It's a back road. And we would park, along between these 2 orchards, citrus orchards, and we would hear like chattering, like almost like language, but not quite. You can't make out words.
Yeah.
But you would hear chattering. And, it was just different experiences that we were having. One time, me and my cousin were out there, we parked, and he was just taking pictures of the moon, that we were in the vehicle, and I turned off the vehicle because he said he started hearing stuff in the orchard next to him. So I turned off the engine, and so we're there listening. You can start hearing, like, shuffling in the orchards. And I grew up in the country, out in the citrus orchard, so I know what small animals sound like. And you can hear when the trees are shuffling, the limbs and stuff. And you can hear like something's moving. I go, okay, yeah, something is moving, but I'm not gonna say it's Sasquatch or anything like that, right?
Right.
So then we hear it coming closer, like it's coming towards the vehicle. So all of a sudden, I'm looking on my side, because there's the other orchard on the other side, on my side, and I have a flashlight, and I'm looking, and all of a sudden I hear this growl, and I heard it loud, and I turn on the vehicle and I take off. And my cousin's like, what are you doing? Where are you going? I go, dude, didn't you hear that? Did you hear that growl? He goes, no, I didn't hear nothing. I heard a loud growl, like, get out of here, growl. So I took off, but my cousin didn't hear it. So that was one experience that we had there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they got into my head on that one. I mean, I don't know.
Isn't that weird? Isn't that really weird? How sometimes you can be standing around with a couple of people and you're the only one that hears or sees something they don't hear or see anything. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy. I heard it loud. I thought he heard it. hear anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, I can't dismiss that at all, Cryptid, to tell you the truth, because it's happened to me when we're out there, and you know, I have a couple people with me, and we're trying to be quiet, but we're trying to make a little bit of noise so we don't, you know, we don't seem like we're actually searching or. And we like to make noise because we do have bear here, so you know we kind of like to make some kind of noise, but every once in a while, because I have really good hearing, but I'll hear a small, you know, a stick breaker or tree snap or something, and I'll stop, and you know they'll look at me like, what? I said, didn't you hear that? Like, no. And I said, that was a stick break, like something's behind us. And they spin around, they start looking, you know, and they're like, you know, I don't see anything, I don't hear anything. And then we start walking, and if I hear a noise, like you heard the growl, I heard a real low mouth pop, you know, just like a click noise. You know, Rick made that comment on his when he did Bigfoot Odyssey, and it's that he calls it bush talk, but they kind of make these noises where there's clicking, popping, and it's all kinds of almost like that movie Signs. You know, where they have that really weird noise that those aliens made.
Yes.
It's kind of like that, but not directly like that. And I hear that, and it goes right up my spine, and nobody else will hear it. And I'll be like, "What the heck?" You know. So,
Okay.
so you know, I know someone in the chat made that asked that question, but you know what? I honestly believe, and I don't know how they do this. I mean, that's where I'm kind of on the fence as far as this mind speak stuff is concerned. I think they target people, certain people, and I think in a group only certain people hear. You know, not everybody's going to hear it. And I've been with some people that have a lot better hearing than I do. And they've heard nothing, yet I can hear it clearly. Is it because that I had previous encounters with Sasquatch, so I'm picking up on it? Is it because they're not familiar with the woods and don't know what to listen for? I don't know what, I have no clue what the correlation is between them, but I do know that a lot of people are saying the same thing, that they could be out with a group and they're the only ones, they feel like idiots because they're the only ones that hear it, and they got all these people with them and nobody else hears it. I think it could be targeted.
I think so. I believe so too.
So if it's targeted, are we targeted?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it has to do something with maybe our spiritual beliefs. I mean, how much we believe in it. I think maybe somewhere on down those lines.
I don't know. I really.
We're open to it. Like, you know, we're open to it. Possibility.
Yeah.
We accept it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think it has something to do with your Native American heritage, or it has to do with certain types of blood types. It has to do with a lot of things, but I think we're all guessing. I think we're all guessing.
Yeah,
we don't know why.
Yeah.
If there,
for sure.
yeah, there nobody does know for sure why. Lizzie has seen them, but yet Gabe has not. Sarah, these are my grandkids. Sarah has heard them. You know, I mean, she felt them jump on the front porch, and she was scared. But she's never seen one, nor does she believe in them. But she'll say something else jumped on that front porch, but yet her insides tell her, even though she says she doesn't believe in them, that they're real. She just has that, they're here.
Yeah.
You know, they're real. So that's just what's awkward to me, you know, that you got all these people out there looking and researching, and you got these people that I've listened to that said they've been out in the woods 20 years, never heard or seen a thing. You know, is it because they're hunters? Is it because they don't want to know they're there? Gosh, there's so many. I have so many questions as far as that's concerned. I'm sure you do too, because none of us know. But it is just a total enigma to me, this whole thing. And when you add aliens to the mix or DM to the mix, I about lose my marbles, because I think Sasquatch is about all I can handle. I mean, they're, you know, I mean, have you ever had a face-to-face with one?
No.
Okay, have you ever seen one, full body seen one?
The Sasquatch, now DM, yes.
Okay, you know, that's just freaky. I'm not coming to your neck of the woods. Ain't happening.
Well, that DM that I saw, my cousin didn't see it because he was focused on some eye shine down below the river.
Right, I
So
saw that.
it happened behind him. But it was at least 50 yards behind us. No, about, let me see, about 20 yards behind us.
Yeah, the one that you got, that night shot that you guys were showing the eye shine, and then the one on the other side. Is that the one you're talking about?
That's where I saw the BM. But this, when we went out recently, we started seeing this eye shine. But these eye shine, it's not coyotes. It's something else. Because you can't even see the body. And then on one of them, you can barely, like, faintly see something walking, but it's not a deer. It's not a coyote. It's something different.
Those
They're smaller.
No, Cryptid. Those eyes were too big to be a coyote. And the way it moved, it's not a coyote, because a coyote is not going to do that. We've all seen coyotes. That anybody that's been out there, you've seen coyotes and how they stalk and how they move and stuff like that. That thing was creepy.
Yeah, and it's not a fox. I know there's foxes out there. It's not a fox. It's not a cow. There's cattle out there. It's not them. We would have seen the body.
Exactly.
And it's not a bear. People say it was a bear. It's not a bear. There's no. I would have been making all this noise.
They were
silent.
They were too intent on watching you.
Exactly, and there was 3 of them this last time. The very first time we went out there, which was a week before this night shine one, we saw some very huge eyes. Okay, and we didn't capture those on video. And I thought it was just my imagination, and I thought it was just something on the mountain ridge reflecting the spotlight. But I asked myself, didn't I just pass through there? Because I was just scanning the mountain ridge, and I just scanned that area. I didn't have a reflection, so I went back and I told my friend, "Do you see what I'm seeing up there? They're reflecting up on the mountain ridge, and they were huge. I mean, they were a little bit bigger than my hand." And from the distance, it was about at least 50 yards. They're bigger than my hand. The eyes shine. And when I said, I was a pair of eyes, I was asking my friend, I was a pair of eyes. And when I did that, they closed real slow, and they opened back up real slow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Those are eyes.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even see the body. It was just the eye shine. I could not see the body.
Yeah, I can attest to that, to tell you the truth. Boo has done that up on the property before, where he I mean, I don't use flashlights, so with the moonlight or the light emanating from, the campfire or something like that, I saw what looked like, I mean, the eyes opened. I just heard that click noise. Did you hear that?
I didn't hear.
Okay. Anyways, their eyes opened. I caught the glimpse of the change, in my peripheral. I looked over and slowly his eyes closed. And then he opened one eye, and then when that happened, I thought it was an owl. But owls' eyes aren't, 6, 7, 8 inches apart.
Right.
So I was like, oh, okay, guys, they're here. Let's go inside, but I've seen them do that. And now I know deer will do that. I know owls will do that. But they do it one eye at a time, not both.
No, this thing did it both at the same time. As soon as I asked my friend, are those a pair of eyes? And that's what's freaky, is that it closed as soon as I did that, and then they opened up real slow to, confirm that they are. Like, what? And we both, were like, what? Okay, those are a pair of eyes. And those are huge. And then it just retreated back into the mountain ridge, and it disappeared. And then we started seeing these little small ones. And it's like, okay. Now we're picking up these smaller ones.
That is just freaky. What'd you do? Come across a family?
And that's what we're thinking. There's a baby.
Maybe that's why the things have changed there in your area, and maybe that's why they come out there specifically looking at you, because you're close to a family group of the DM. Because I've never seen one, but I know that when I get that creepy feeling, it's not right. I don't think it's a Sasquatch. And I could be totally off, guys. I mean, really, I could be totally off, but just my opinion from my experience alone, and I could be wrong. But that when I get that really bad, creepy feeling, I'm like, I'm out of here. I got that, twice, 3 times, almost 3 times on your videos. I was like, you need to be careful. Something's wrong. Something's not right here. You know, I mean, things are starting to change, and I think you might have walked up on or you might have came at the wrong time. Maybe a DM family is there.
Yeah, but I think they're still there.
Really?
Yeah, they're still there.
Holy crud.
What was I going to tell you? Going back to when you mentioned the movie Signs, let me tell you about another encounter, if that's okay. Where I told you about where I heard the growl?
Yeah.
That orchard?
Yeah.
Okay, so another night, we went back to that same place, and it was me and my cousin again, and we turned off the vehicle, we just keep the parking lights on, and roll down the windows. So we're there listening, and I have a spotlight, we have our flashlights, and he's on one side, and we're checking. We're still in the vehicle, we don't get off. So he's just observing on his side, and I'm observing on my side. And at one point, we get there, turn off the vehicle, and he's getting the camera ready. Then I hear a yell on my side behind us in the orchard. On my side, a loud yell, like almost like a like a crazy chicken yell, but loud.
Really?
And then I hear another one in front of us on the same orchard, but in front of the vehicle, yell back, and we're like, "What? Did you hear that?" He goes, "Yeah, we heard that." We both heard it, but it was like a chat, like a yell, like two yells. Like it was telling, "Watch out!" Like something, that it was like letting them know that we're there or whatever it was. So then I'm panning, the orchard with my spotlight, little flashlight, and an angle right in front of me, under these lemon trees. So they're kind of pruned up about a foot up from the ground, so you can see the tree trunk. And on one of them, there was a tree trunk, and there was something next to it. And I go, "That's not two tree trunks." So I'm looking at it, and it's kind of resembling your calf muscle.
Yeah.
The area between your knee and your ankle.
Yeah.
Your calf area.
Right.
And you can see it was like a light brownish hair with grayish color. So you can see the skin with the light. And when I pointed at it, I was looking at it, it moved so slowly back. It went back into the darkness. So it got out of the light, just like the movie Signs when he's in the cornfield, and he sees the leg or the alien, and he moves back into the corn. It's the same. It was the same scenario.
Good grief.
I told my cousin, "Did you see that?" He goes, "No, I didn't see it, dude. That was a leg. I saw the calf muscle. And I put the light on it, and it moved out of the light slowly." So we got that. So we took off.
What made you think that it was not an alien?
It wasn't, because I can see. What I figure aliens are really tall grays, gray, green, skinny legs.
Yeah.
That's what I figure aliens are. This was not. This thing was muscle. You can see the muscle. It looked like an animal. It had muscle.
Yeah, a DM. Yep. That's just freaky. Like I said.
And we were thinking all this time it was Sasquatch until I had my encounter with what I saw. All this time we thought it was Sasquatch. Oh, Sasquatch out here. And then I saw the dogman, the creature. I believe it was dogman all that time that we were observing.
Do you have the same signs there as most Sasquatch people do, with the broken trees and the glyphs and all the other kind of stuff?
Yes, we do. So that's what I don't understand. Do they use the DM use the same signs as Sasquatch, or I don't know.
Or are they inhabiting the same area? And we're hearing a lot of that lately too.
And that's what I've heard too. That they're coming into the areas of Sasquatch.
And I'm wondering if it's not because more of them are around than we originally anticipated, or if it's because of some other reason. Maybe I can't figure that part out, and I'm not going to even try. But I was just wondering if maybe the their locations are squeezing them out so they don't have a choice but to kind of coexist? Or is there something else happening? Are they being targeted maybe by the military or something else, so they're going to join forces? Or is it just a matter of, hey, we're going to inhabit the same area and that's just the way it is? Because in the beginning, when we first started listening to all these cryptid things, you had DM on one end and you had Sasquatch on the other, and the two just did not get along. They seemed to fight. They seemed to, the screaming, the broken, bunch of broken trees, big, huge fights. And now all of a sudden we're hearing more and more people say that they have the both of them in the same area, and that the DM are not as aggressive as they used to be. So what has changed?
Yeah, I don't. The DM, all I can tell you is from what I observed and what I saw, it was coming. I didn't hear anything. I'm lucky. I turned around. I had night vision, but I wasn't using it. I had it on my chest, so I had the night vision lights on, the infrared. But it was lower on my chest. But I turned around and I saw the whole silhouette of it. And when I turned around, it was coming towards us. And when it saw that I was turned around, I guess it had seen the infrared lights, and it acted afraid of it. It was like it was afraid of it, and it stopped, and then it went back up the hill. But I didn't hear anything. Even if it, when it was coming towards us, it was running on all fours, and then it lifted up its arms in the air, and you can see all the muscle. You can see the hands, and then when it grabbed onto the side of the hill, it turned its head, and that's when I saw the snout and the pointy ears, and I go, what? But it didn't even make a noise. Nothing. I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, that's happened a lot though. They know when to be. They know how to be stealthy if they want to be stealthy, which is why a lot of people think of the other alternative, to where they're able to cloak or whatever the case may be. Well, almost like ghost-like, they're there and then they disappear. I can't tell you what I adhere to because I don't really know. I keep changing my mind because things are changing, but I've had it where I call Boo Boo because he's great he was really good at walking up close to you and scaring you, and I never heard a thing. Then other times you can clearly hear him walking, like he wants you to know that he's there. So are they trying to get our attention by making all that noise? Are they trying to scare us by making all that noise? I mean, I don't understand. If it was a new area, I could understand, if they didn't want you there to make a bunch of noise and try to scare you. But these guys are used to you. You've been going there a long time. Why is it sometimes they make a lot of noise and sometimes they're totally quiet?
Yeah. And see, that's what all these stories that I hear about DM, I was hearing that they don't care. They're not afraid of anything. But when I saw the one I saw, it acted like it was afraid. So that's what gets me. It's like, I don't understand. These things aren't supposed to be afraid, but it acted like it was afraid. It's either the infrared light or something else.
I'm gonna jump off the deep end here, and I'm gonna ask you: are you a Christian?
Catholic, yeah.
Okay, so from what I've heard, and I could be wrong, this is just my opinion, guys, so don't throw eggs at me, but I've been told, and I have listened to many encounters where people say the name of Jesus or they talk about God and these things take off. Do they know that you have a belief in our Creator? I mean, is that what scares them off? Or what if there's a Sasquatch behind you or something like that you can't see, that they're looking at going, oh, I think I changed my mind. I don't think I'll attack this person this day. How do we know? I mean, really, what do we know? What do we know?
Yep. I don't know.
So
I pray when we go out there, the protection.
My thing is with you, just please be careful, because you you scare the daylights out of me when you're out there.
We're not going out looking for them. Like I tell you, at night, especially at night, we don't go out in the woods. We just park, and it comes towards us.
Yeah.
We don't have to go out there looking for it. We just park, skywatch, it's there, just listening, and it's not going to happen all the time, but most of the time, it comes towards us.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know.
And now I'm hearing a lot of it, and I don't know if it's Sasquatch, but now they're down by the river. There's a Keys River. It's called the Keys River, running along where I live, And a lot of people that live down by the river, they're hearing a lot of strange screams and yells early in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. People that live down by the river, they're hearing strange stuff going on down there. And I can tell you that we've been down there, we've investigated all that area during the day, and we did find structures down there. Now, the Sasquatch, now the DM, I don't know.
So do you have any plans on trying to find out which one it is?
We can just keep going down there. Yeah, I want to, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. It's hard because a lot of the area is private property, so it's hard to get in there.
Can you not get permission to go on that property?
And I could, but then people are gonna, people are gonna look at you like, "Oh, you're crazy."
It's all right. As long as they think you're crazy, they may or may not. I don't know. But how do you think you'd go about trying to figure out which one it is? Just by sight and sound, or are you going to try something specific? Something that would either target a DM or target a Sasquatch?
Probably start off with Sasquatch. Target Sasquatch. And just go by hopefully finding footprints, like up there where I had my DM encounter, we did find this big old, looks like a canine print, and we took pictures, it's in the video.
Yeah.
And I've gone a couple months later and I found another one in the same area, so it's still out there. It looks like a canine, it's not a bear. People tell me it's not a bear. It's not a bear.
No, it's not. No, that's not a bear print.
And that whole dirt area is compacted. It's next to the road, so it's all compact dirt. It has to be, whatever made that print is heavy. It has weight to it.
You would think that anybody that knew anything about prints would not even have to second guess that, because a lot of these people that get the impressions in the ground, those impressions cannot be made by a human foot, no matter how hard they try. I mean, I know somebody that's over 200 pounds that tried to put a footprint in some kind of soft dirt, not really soft. I mean, it was hardening up, but they only got maybe about 1/4 of an inch down, and the print that was next to it was about 2 inches in the ground. You can't deny that.
Right.
You cannot deny that. I don't care what anybody says. At that point, you cannot deny, that something 3 times your size made that print. I mean, if they're going to say it's a bear, I mean, not everybody, but you know what a bear print looks like. Even if it's a deformed foot or something, you know what a bear print looks like. These prints, Christy and Scott actually went out and showed me, they went out squatching and showed me a print, and I told them that was a to me, looked kind of like a DM print, but it also could have been a younger 3-toed. But there's a lot of people that have those prints and they can't figure out what they are, because it could in one breath be a combination of different animals that go by, but those animals have to be awful darn big, every single one of them, to make that kind of an impression.
Well, that DM that I saw, I'm not estimating it was 8 to 10 feet tall, but the chest at least 4 to 5 feet wide.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's like, what? Dang. And then people say it's a timber wolf. Well,
okay.
The timber wolf has a body of a human, because that had a body of a human.
Yeah, and they don't have that. They do not have that kind of visible muscle. I'm sorry, I've seen way too many. I mean, I raised wolves.
And I go, we don't even have wolves over here. I mean, if it was a wolf, then I can tell you it has to have a human body. It's not, and I don't even know if they even grow that big. I mean, I know they grow big, but not 8 to 10 feet tall.
No, of course not. And they can't walk on their back. I used to put my wolves up, and of course they were as tall as I am when they jumped up on me, and I would hold them, but they did not stay on their hocks very long at all. They were not comfortable. You cannot tell me that that's a stand on 2 legs wolf. Even on 4, the stride between them is too long to be a wolf.
Yeah, and there's a rock quarry across this, in that same area. And I'm trying to figure, wherever there's stuff like encounters in our area, there's a rock quarry close to it. I'm noticing that, and I don't know if there's a connection. I'm trying to figure out if there is. it's suspicious because all our hotspots are near rock quarries.
Heck, yeah, we got a rock quarry not too far from us. The only thing that they show us down there when we ask them is cougar. They sit on top of the rocks. You can't even hardly see them. They blend in perfectly, but they're there. They're all over the place. I don't know. That's just kind of freaky. So that means that that would also explain where a lot of people think that a lot of these cryptids go underground.
Okay.
Because your rock quarries are areas where they could actually hide in an area where they can't be seen by anything. A rock quarry would be perfect, depending on their color, but good places for them to hide. I mean, I think it'd be easier to hide in the wooded area because the denseness of it, but not in the winter. I don't know.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly. You would think they would hide in where it's all dense.
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know if there's a connection. I mean, I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah, well, I don't know how you would do that. How would you? I don't know how you would do that.
And it's kind of suspicious to me because next to these rock quarries, it's a national wildlife conservation. What do you call it? Wildlife conservation area.
Yeah.
Next to these rock quarries, all of a sudden it's a national wildlife conservation. I don't know. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, we can sit here and say it's conspiracy stuff, and the government knows about it, so they're allowing it, so they block off this area. But that's one of the reasons why I'm not so sure that somebody should put one on a slab or make sure that the whole world knows that they exist. Kind of in a way I do, because I want people safer when they go out there and know that they exist. But in another way, all they're going to do is take our forests and close them up, and we're done, And there's no more forests, there's no more out there walking in the woods. It's all over with. They're going to tell you to stay away and blah 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 blah. I mean, it can be it's a catch-22 that I don't think I want to mess with. I don't really know how I feel about it. I'm on the fence as far as that's concerned. How do you feel about it?
The same way.
Yeah,
it's catch-22. I mean.
Yeah, you're gonna be in trouble either way you do it. If you prove them.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you prove them, then what?
Yep.
If you're disproving them, I mean, if you're out there saying that they don't exist, then what have you done to the Sasquatch community? Made everybody look like fools? I don't think so, because the people have had encounters. You can't take that back. They don't care if you believe or not. I don't care if someone believes me or not. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. They didn't have the same face-to-face I had. If they had, it'd be different. You're the same way. A lot of these people in here are the same way. We think alike when it comes to that kind of stuff. Now, the outside stuff, whether one should be on a slab or not, or whether they're involved with aliens or not, none of us know that, and we all have our own opinion. I don't think we should argue about it, but none of us know. And I think by inviting you guys on here and having these conversations to find out where the bulk of the people are either believing or not believing, putting them together, collating all this information, you're telling me I'm pretty sure you have DM and Sasquatch in the same area. You're by a quarry, same thing by me, same thing military base. Okay, what's the connection? I mean, what's the connection? I know a lot of people that live out in the boonies that aren't anywhere close to military, but they got quarries.
Yep.
So, are they underground? I mean, I don't know. This is just freaky. Boy, we can open up a can of worms here, couldn't we?
Yep. And then, that's not the only thing that's over by where I see the DM. There's stories of Mothman out there. I have a story of Mothman. They look like flying humanoids.
You do?
Yeah, they told me a story about an encounter that they had. It's like, okay. And then, while we were out there last year, we went out to the dam, Pine Flat Dam. There's a park there. Now they closed off that park, and they made it into a wildlife conservation again. And before it was just a park, you can go have picnics in there and all this stuff and enjoy it, not anymore. But we walked in, and there were structures in there, which you would think it's Sasquatch structures. And we started finding these other prints. And it's not canine, it wasn't Sasquatch. It's almost like a reptilian type print, or a bird print. But it has three fingers and then two smaller fingers in the back.
What?
Now you tell me what that
An ostrich?
is. Yeah.
I have
There's
no
ostriches.
I have no idea. What the heck has what is what? I have no clue. Anybody have a clue? What has three fingers in front and two in the back?
Yeah, two small ones in the back.
Okay, that just okay, no. Mm-mm.
So we started seeing those prints. So we don't, I don't know. I mean, I've been hearing encounters of Mothman or flying humanoid type out there in that area. Then I'm hearing pterodactyl. Now I'm hearing pterodactyl. Like, oh my gosh. So everything's, I mean, it's a crazy area. This whole area.
Okay.
This last couple of months, there's 2 sightings of pterodactyls down by the river.
What? Okay.
And the lady said it just flew over her house. She saw it. It had a 20-foot wingspan from one end of the wing to the other. It was at least 20 foot. It was all black. And she thought she was crazy because she was seeing something like a dinosaur.
Wow. I want to see
And then there was another
I want
one
to see
in
a
another
pterodactyl.
town. Yeah, I want to see one too.
I don't
And
know.
it's been over, and then I've heard of other people, they tell me, well, is your area hot? I go, yeah, it's been over, when these sightings were occurring, it was over 100 degrees here. And they said something, it's about it would make sense because of the thermal temperature.
Doesn't this remind you of a movie? Doesn't this remind you of a movie where it gets hot and all of a sudden all these weird animals show up? Oh my.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's freaky. I don't know what I would do. I mean, there's people out there talking about little people, and they're talking about, like you said, the Mothman. They're talking about, the pterodactyls. They're talking about the DM, the Sasquatch, and then I don't even know about the other ones. And then seeing aliens. This is just. I don't know, guys. I think that if the world went to pot for some reason, and we all had to get out of our houses and be out in the woods, I think we'd be shocked.
Yeah.
What's actually out there.
And I believe there's a predator type. This is just what I believe. I believe there is a predator type alien out in the woods, like the movie Predator. That I believe there is something out there.
Well, I can't say I disagree, and I'll tell you why. Because all of these missing people that just disappear, their footprints disappear in midair. I mean, and all of a sudden they're just absolutely gone. There's a lot of stuff that's unexplainable. And Barb Shoop's video where she said it was black and we saw what looked like predator. She said it was solid black. Ask her. She said, no, it was black. I saw it drop down. Well, on the video, we didn't see that. We saw something that looked like predator.
Yep.
So what is out there?
Mm-hmm.
So if we get out there and, you get all of a sudden, you get all these people out in the woods, are we going to learn more, or are we going to be, I mean, you noticed how they don't really have any psych hospitals anymore, right? So there's no place for them to put us away. There's way too many of us than there are of them. Yeah. And like I said, you can't unsee what you've seen, and I don't care, of course, unless you're on too many drugs, but you don't need to be out there. But I think for the most part that these things are starting to allow you to see more and more of them for a reason. My personal opinion, this is just my personal opinion, but I truly believe that we are in end times, and according to what the Bible says, there's a lot of things that will make our hearts fail with fear. There's a lot of stuff that's going to be happening, so I truly believe that that's the way it is. I could be wrong, okay, but that's what I believe. And I do think that these things are popping up to scare people, to make you choose or get you off the planet. There's a lot of things that you can think about, but I'm just leaving it at that. I truly believe that it's end times, and these things are coming out in droves. People are starting to see them, and a lot of people are thinking they're losing their marbles when they shouldn't be. They should be on track. They should be on track because they have knowledge that they were given knowledge that other people don't have.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, I try to tell my family. Some of them believe me, some don't. So I'm trying to prove to them that they tell you, you're be careful.
Yeah. If you're gonna let me just say this to everybody who's listening. If you're going to let me say this. If you're going to lift that veil, guys, make sure you're armed. And I'm talking about spiritual armament. I'm not talking about physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure that you are armed. Make sure that you are ready for what is going to happen, because if not, you're putting yourself in danger, because your heart will fail you from fear. So I don't believe that the DM are creations from God. I just don't. I believe Sasquatch are, but I do not believe that DM is a creation of God. So I don't. Another thing, Tony, you just hit what I was going to say. If you guys notice that usually if we have a movie, let's just say The Twister, all of a sudden the next few years we got more twisters. Or if you see the movie Earthquake, now all of a sudden we got more earthquakes. Or virus, now we got new viruses. You ever watch how they kind of coincide? You know, this stuff starts to coincide. Now look at all these movies with these not only aliens but cryptids and demonic stuff. You think this is all coincidence? I don't think it's coincidental.
Yeah. No, completely.
Same here, Brown. Amen. I'm not afraid either. You know, I know the end of the story. I'm not afraid either. I just don't want other people to go out there and be afraid. It's life altering. Absolutely life altering. Okay, what else you got to tell us?
I have other encounters, other stuff that's happened to me, but I can tell you the one about we went up to the hills one night, and my cousin again, and we went up to the hills, and you can see the whole valley floor at night. You can see the lights, and we went up to the sky watch. Because I've been telling them I've been seeing these flashes of light in the sky at night. And it's like something's taking a picture, like a flash, and then it goes away.
Ooh, I get those.
And I don't know if it's a satellite. The satellites that we get are solid. You know, you can see them and they're going in a straight line.
Right.
But see, I don't know if this is a satellite or not. If it's a new satellite, I don't know. But it only lasts for maybe about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's gone.
I get the same thing here. At first I thought it was heat lightning, but it just flashed, and I'm like, anybody see that flash? And other people have said they've seen it too, so it's really weird.
Okay, so I was observing those a couple of nights before we went up there. I told my cousin wanted to go up because he wants to see it. So we went up there, we parked on this turnout, and we're out there about 10 minutes, and we see shooting stars, very so often we see them, and we're just taking pictures. And then all of a sudden, I catch the glimpse of it. I saw a flash. I go straight right above us, which is weird. It's like right above us. And I tell my cousin, there it is. So we're both looking, and there it is, a flash, and then it goes out. So I go keep an eye in that area. It'll flash again. So we're looking, and all of a sudden, this car comes right behind us. And this is like at 10:30 at night. There's no traffic. I don't know where this car came from. And it comes right behind us, and I'm closer to the end of my vehicle. And it gets so close to my truck, and I had to turn on my flashlight, like, dude, you gotta stop. You're gonna hit my truck. And my cousin's over here concentrated on the flash, that he didn't even notice what's going on between me and this car. And I'm over here with the car looking. I forgot about the flash. I'm looking at the car that passed right behind us, and I see someone in the driver's seat, but he doesn't move. It just stays still. And I'm doing with the flashlight. I'm turning it on and off. Like, what's going on? What do you need? Like, what's up? And he doesn't move at all. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't move his head. He moves his hands. His hands were on the steering wheel. It was all black. And I'm looking at him, and I'm telling my cousin, dude, this guy, he almost hit my truck. Look how close he is. And my cousin's all, what? There's a car behind us? I go, yeah. So then the car backs up, makes a U-turn, and goes back down the hill. It's like, what the heck? So then I'm over here concentrated on the car, and he's concentrating. I asked him, where's the flash at? He goes, it's over there. You can barely see it now. It's dimming out. It's not as bright as it was earlier. So it's dimming out, and I'm looking at the car going down the hill, and it disappears on the corner. And I go, dude, that was where you see the car? And he goes, well, yeah, I saw it after it left, and it made the U-turn. So I was like, dude, this is weird, because the guy didn't, whatever, it was just still, you know? Whoever was driving that car was just still. It didn't even move. He had like a hat on. It reminded me of the Men in Black, honestly. Like the silhouette of it.
Yeah.
Which was crazy. But the guy didn't even move or anything. It's just weird. Have you
and anybody that you've gone out with, have you guys ever figured out that maybe you've lost some time? Have you ever experienced that?
No, not us. I have friends that just, you know, other groups that have been doing this, they have experienced lost time.
Okay, so what I was trying to get at is you have someone that's looking at the flashing light and you're paying attention to this car that's behind you, and I was just wondering if there was any possibility there was a lapse in time.
I don't know.
Maybe you ought to start. Maybe you ought to start hitting your you know, on your phones you have it where you can count out the seconds, you know, timer.
Uh-huh.
And when something like that happens, just hit it and then go back and look at it when you're done and see how long it's been.
Okay.
Because that right there will tell you if it stops. That's that EMF frequency stuff, and if it doesn't, it keeps going, and you think that you've been looking at this car for like 5 minutes, and all of a sudden you look down, you've been an hour, you did lose time, you didn't realize it. But I told somebody else this that lives out there in California, and she was having some issues, and she was seeing these lights, and I told her to do that. She said the first time she did it was 15 seconds, the second time she did it, it was an hour and a half, and she said she wasn't there 15 minutes. So just hit that second button and see what happens.
Okay, I will. Yeah, so when the car, you know, disappeared around the corner, and then I told my cousin, well, if this car comes back, we're going to take off. So we're there another 5 minutes, and here comes the headlights down below from the hill. I see the headlights. And then it gets off the road on a lower turnout, so
Yeah.
it pulls off the road. So I park, and I go, my cousin, I bet you that's the car again. Keep an eye on it. If it starts coming back up this road, we're in the truck. We're getting back in the truck. So sure enough, gets back on the road. After about 3 minutes, parked. It's coming up the road towards us. I go, all right, just get in the car, get in the truck. And my cousin had some stuff, you know, some some bats that he has, some metal bats that he carries with him.
Yeah.
Just hang out here and we'll see what happens. He parks behind us or he passes us. But I already had the truck on, and yeah, he's coming towards us, and he just passes real slow. He keeps going up the mountain. I'm like, all right, out of here. So I don't know, that was weird.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah.
So I told that to one of the other groups that are around here that do the paranormal, and he says it could have been, you know, an alien. That's what he said. And he had a missing time. He did have missing time happen to him. After chasing, like an orb was chasing him. So I don't know.
The orb?
An orb was chasing him, yeah, from the hill.
Tell me that story.
That's an interesting story.
Tell me.
That's their story.
Yeah, tell us that story. Wait a minute. Hold on, I gotta get my popcorn. Hold on a second. I gotta get my popcorn. I'm so excited. Hold on a second. Okay. Hold on. It's coffee time. Okay, so you guys ready? And we got a story about an orb. I can't wait to hear this. I can't stand them things. They're scary. Orbs are scary to me. Not scary like, ooh, I'm scared, but just, what the heck are they? Okay, go. We're ready.
I don't want to tell it because it's not my story. It's their story, and I didn't ask permission. I don't want them to get upset.
Okay. You don't
I
have
mean,
to
I
tell.
can ask permission later on, and I can tell it to you down the line, but I don't want him to get upset.
That's fine. Oh, that's fine.
Um,
I don't care about that. You just
okay.
tell us what you know because your stuff is so interesting, and you don't have the credit that you deserve. And I think a lot of people, would be more. I'm hoping that a lot of people go to your channel and start watching because the stuff that's going on there. I mean, people really. I think that people should start paying attention to people like you that are having those differences. If I'd have stayed up on the property, I'd have had the same thing because things were changing up there. Something's changing, and it's changing
Yeah.
drastically. And so, I love this group because everybody is aware. Their eyes are opened. They are receptive.
Exactly.
They're not calling people stupid or crazy because they know there's something going on. So this is like gold to us. I mean, because it's actually verifying what we already believe. So the more you tell us, the because I need to know the feelings that you're having about the changes, and that's major to me. I'm gonna pull anybody that's got that kind of stuff because I think that's more indicative of the change that's going on than
Yeah.
just going out in the woods and someplace different. Who
Yeah,
else is
and a lot of the
buffering?
groups.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
wait a second. They're telling me they're buffering. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Let me pull you away. All right, are we still buffering? That means they're close. Are you okay now? Are we okay? Okay, for those of you that are not okay, refresh and let's see what happens. I pulled you away from the window. A lot of times, when they get close, it'll start buffering. If I buffer, that's my internet. If you buffer, that's usually them getting close. So, are we ready now? Okay, you're still buffering, Jules? Did you refresh? Tell me when we're okay, guys, so I can go back to Cryptid. Okay, now. All right, guys. All right, Cryptid, go ahead.
So I can tell you that there's been orb sightings out by Albuquerque Lake and by all that area. Also, orbs up there.
Okay.
And that place is just crazy. It's just everything's there. Just everything. Just crazy. See what else? Yeah, we're trying to capture, get the best footage, but, we want to get a flare. Those are so expensive. I'm trying to raise some money for that. We're trying to get a flare camera. Trail cams, we can put them up, but I think they're too small for that.
Yeah, so do I. I think you only put up trail cams if you want them to stay away from you. If you want them to come close, trail cams. I mean, a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but I think if you want them to stay away, you put up the trail cams. If you want them to come closer, get something like Rick from Wood Booger Farm has, that little FLIR that he's got, because he can see them, 20 feet, and stuff like that. I would get one of those. But why don't you put up do a PayPal thing and put it up and see if we can't get you some help to get a FLIR.
I don't want to ask for anything like that. That's okay.
Well,
okay.
you're doing some really good stuff.
It's okay. We'll get it. We'll eventually get it.
Okay. Up to you.
Thank you. Thank you. What else were we going to say? We used to live in a haunted house.
Haunted house?
I don't hear about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, you'll freak out a lot of people on this channel if you talk about houses, haunted houses. I want to know. I want to know if you have you ever actually seen a Sasquatch?
I've never seen a Sasquatch. I saw something black, and I don't know if it's a Sasquatch or a buck. I have no idea. The one that I saw in the video, in the trees, in the pictures, you see two of them. And I don't know if you guys have seen those videos, but it's in the very beginning. They're circled. One of them circled, and the other one's to the right of me. They're right, I'm going to say like maybe 5 feet away from me.
Good grief.
And I didn't see them, but I can tell you I felt them. I smelled it.
What did it smell like?
And it smelled like urine or like it smelled bad, like really bad. And you can see the urine, but I thought it was urine spots on the video that I was recording.
That's
My
creepy.
friend was behind me, and I told him, I'm hearing stuff. I'm hearing it. I'm sensing it. There's something around here big time. And I told him, with my hand gestured, I told him, take pictures, start taking pictures. I didn't yell it out. I just said, start taking pictures because he was behind me, like a ways behind me. And I could feel it. I honestly could feel it, that something was there staring at me. I just couldn't see it. I couldn't see it. So then my friend, goes home and he's looking over the pictures and he's freaking out. He's like, dude, you're going to freak out when you see this. And when I saw it, there's two of them staring right at me, right in front of me.
Which one? Which video was that?
That's In the Trees. It's called In the Trees.
Okay, yeah, I saw that.
I can see two of them. And one of them looks like half of the body is closed, and the upper half you can see the head.
Oh, now I remember. Now I remember. Yes. Okay, I remember that. Okay. I'm getting yours and Mike Ward's switched up. I'm getting your pictures and Mike Ward's pictures switched up. Now I remember what you're talking about. Okay, yeah. Okay, good.
Yeah, you can see them in there.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what those are. Those Sasquatch? I don't know. I haven't seen. I can't tell you for sure.
Well, that one's a perfect example of that predator-looking color, where the leaves just look like they almost blend together on the bottom.
Right. So do you think that's a Sasquatch? I mean, I don't know.
I do.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I have people tell me, oh, that's a dog man. That's a DM. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like saying DM because I was told that you conjure them when you say that. Brown even says don't whistle in the woods. I whistle all the time, and if I end up with a DM sighting, it's my fault. But I've been whistling to Boo since I first met him. So, and he whistles back. So I don't really know what to do, but, I mean, he could be 100% right. You can do things that can call these things in, and we don't know. So,
and we whistle. Sometimes we do whistle out there, but sometimes we get a whistle back, or we get like a rock cracking, like the two rocks bang together.
Yeah.
Or a wood knot. You get a wood knot.
Well, see, I think those are Sasquatch. I think those are Sasquatch that do that. I know that I can't say I even know that. When I've been growled at before, I couldn't tell you if it was a DM or a Sasquatch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't know. But I will tell you this: I trust Brown, and Brown says do not whistle. My Boo will whistle back to me, but if Boo's not here and I whistle and I call a DM here,
right.
It's different. And he's saying, I just saw him real quick. He said, don't do it at night.
Yeah, don't do it at night. I've heard of that too. So I don't do it at night. When I whistle, usually on the day I whistle, but yeah, I don't do it at night.
I do it at night here because he has responded to me there. But I don't go out there and I make that click noise. You guys hear it all the time when I hear on my live chats. But I don't ever take two rocks and clack them together, and I don't tree knock. I don't do any of that kind of stuff, and I certainly wouldn't go in an area I'm unfamiliar with and whistle. I do it where I know Boo is. If Boo's around, I will do it. If not, if I make that mistake and I call something else in, everything's going to change. I hope that never happens, but right now, usually, and I'll tell you the truth, if Boo whistles first, I'll whistle back. If I hear it first with my window closed, I'll open up the window and I'll whistle back, and that just tells me he's here. So I don't just for the heck of it just go whistling outside at night. I don't think I'd do that. I learned that from Brown a while ago. Yeah. I mean, on my property, the last time my husband and Kevin and I were up on the property, I stopped whistling. I will not whistle anymore. Not up there. I'll do it here, but I won't do it there.
Right.
Okay, so let me do this, Cryptid. I would like to know if anybody in the chat has any questions for him. If you do, please go slow, guys, because I can only see, like right now, I can only see 2 people at a time. So if you have any questions for Cryptid, just go ahead and throw them in there. and I will ask him for you. And I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat, guys. Hello, all my new people that have stopped in. Welcome.
And I've also been hearing skinwalker out by that area also, by Alcala Lake. Could be a skinwalker out there. But my question to that is, do they get 10 feet tall? Do they get that big?
I don't know. That's a good question. If anybody knows that answer, do skinwalkers get 10 foot tall? And Jules wants to know if you pray before you go out in the woods.
Yes.
Yes, he does. Okay. Brown says Cryptid, the best tacos in Fresno. Oh, Brown, I love you. I'm sorry.
We've got I was going to tell you about another encounter.
Okay, hold on one second. Jesus is asking about the hole that you guys just saw.
Oh, yeah, the shoot.
Or Jesus. Say Jesus, sorry.
Yeah, he's part of Cryptid559, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
What about the hole?
And, okay, so we just recently went back to the area of the video of In the Trees where we caught those two images of those creatures that look like creatures. We went back to that area because we've been monitoring that area, and the whole tree structure of that area has changed again. So it keeps changing, so there's something still in there. And so we went back there a couple of days ago, and everything's like way overgrown now. Like way overgrown. It's hard to see anything. But we took video. We'll make a video about down the line on it. But there's a hole now in the ground, like something dug this huge hole. And it wasn't a bobcat or a tractor. There's no evidence of that even being in there. So I don't know if these things are digging something up or they're coming out of the ground. I don't know. But that hole was not there when we went that first time.
Wow.
And it's a huge hole.
Wow. What? Like how huge? What are we talking about? We talking about like 10 foot, 12 foot?
About a 10 by 10 hole.
Oh my goodness, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
So did you go check it out? Did you check it out?
We checked it out. We got as close as we could. We took pictures, we took video. But all we know is that it wasn't there the last time we were out there. So I don't know. And there's, like I said, there's no evidence of any machinery that went out there and did that. I don't know. It's just weird. And there's a bunch of stuff in there, like old trash and stuff. I don't know.
That's just freaky.
I don't know.
That is really weird.
So that was pretty weird.
Yeah, I'd like to know what that is.
I don't know. It was just like a lot of old trash, like metal, like buried in there. Like I don't know if these things are trying to dig it up. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird.
I wonder if you would start digging it, or do you think they're gonna bury something?
Good question. I don't know.
Ooh, freaky. Any other questions for Cryptid, guys? Besides your questions about tacos?
Tell me, there's a business out here called the Chronic Tacos. That's the name of their business, Chronic Tacos.
What? Oh my goodness. What is your... Martha wants to know what your scariest moment was.
I guess when I saw that DM.
Yeah, the DM sighting.
Yeah.
It'd go up in your spine.
Yeah, and then it caught me off guard because I thought I was seeing a Sasquatch until I saw the head. Like, wow. I go, let's get out of here. Tell my cousin, let's go. You go, no, I want to see it. I want to see it. You're crazy. Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's crazy too. Do you know of any missing people that are in Fresno right now? Brown just asked.
Missing people?
Yeah.
Not that I know of. I haven't kept up. I don't really watch the local news.
Well, there's a website that you can go to that'll tell you missing people in your area.
Okay.
Jesus wants to know what your funniest moment was.
Oh, that's nice. Romantic, too.
Maybe you should make Jesus get on with you when you do these lives.
Well, we're trying to go live, so he's going to be part of it when we go live. The first time we go live, he's going to be part of it. So
Okay, when you gonna do that?
I don't know. Probably recently, pretty soon. We gotta do it.
Are you chicken?
Yeah, kind of.
Why?
I want to be on camera. I want to be on camera.
Well, you don't have to be on. I'm not on. Do you see me? No, I'm not on camera, so you can do it.
Alright, we'll try to go pretty soon, hopefully.
Brown wants to know how far are you from what? Dinky Creek?
Dinky Creek, it's about 2.5 hours.
2.5 hours? Okay, and then...
Maybe closer to 2 hours. Closer to 2.
Okay, and then someone asked, do you think that the DM follow you home?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't.
Well, that's a good thing.
Because I have a bunch of pets.
Okay.
They're not mine.
Okay.
I haven't seen any evidence of them being around here.
Okay.
I know they are by the river. I can tell you that. I don't know what the DM, but there's Sasquatch, or one of them is by the river. They're along the river. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Well, you can ask a Sasquatch to follow you home. Tell me to give him peanut butter or something. I'm teasing.
Peanut butter?
I'm teasing. Don't do it. Have they followed you when you were in the woods?
Yes, when we were in that video in the trees just recently, when we were taking that video, I can feel them. They were following us, walking alongside of us. Big time. This recent time that we went out just a couple of days ago, I can feel them as we were walking in. I can feel something, and then it backed off.
Oh, that's freaky.
As we got closer to that hole, it backed off. It kind of went away.
Really?
Yep.
Brown said something about Dinky Creek being a hotspot for missing 411.
Yes, that's part of David Politis' missing 411. There's a lot of missing people out there in that area.
Yeah.
We're about 2 hours away from Yosemite, which is the #1 hotspot for missing 411.
Yeah. So, who do you think would be the best person to talk to about skinwalkers?
Me?
Yeah, who?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Or are you asking Chad?
No, I'm asking you.
Me? I don't know. I wish I knew. I have a friend, but I mean, we only know so much. We're not sure if it's out there too. You know, there's one running around. I was going to tell you about another encounter that I had. And is that okay? Can I tell you another one?
Yeah.
So we were closer to Fresno, which Fresno is the big city, the big town close to us. And we were on the outskirts, and my friend from another group was telling me about, they got called on, this couple called them that something was taking their goats from the property. And they wanted to know, when they put cameras up and nothing was being caught on camera. They have the chain link fence, this tall fence that they put in, and they were still getting taken. And there was no evidence of anybody going in. So they don't know how they were being taken. So they said they went out there, they looked over the property, and about a mile down the road, there's a eucalyptus island. Eucalyptus trees. There's a little island in between these citrus orchards, and it's a bunch of eucalyptus trees, and inside that's where they found the remains of the goat. So wherever it was taken out was taking them a mile down and eating the insides of these goats, and they were being torn apart from the chest.
Wow.
So I went out. He gave me He told me one day when I was with him, he goes, "You want me to show you where we found these goats?" I go, "Yeah, let's go out there." So me and him go out there, and he was showing me the property, and then where we found them. So we were walking the eucalyptus, and as soon as we got down, I felt something was staring at us, or something was observing us. I had this feeling, like from the other side of the eucalyptus tree. And this is by a busy road. This is a big-time busy road. And I'm just walking. I feel it. I didn't say anything to him yet. I'm just walking around, looking at it, looking the area over. And, you know, it came to a point where I told him, I'm feeling something like on the other side of this island, like something's, like we need to go on the other side of this island. And he told me, I'm feeling something too. So we go, take the vehicle, go to the other side of the island, we park on the side of the road. We're looking around for prints or anything out of the ordinary. So across the street there's another citrus orchard. So I walk across the street because there's like a little reservoir that was empty, but it was kind of muddy because it did have a little bit of water. So if anything was coming in and out, you can see prints, right?
Right.
So I'm looking over there in that reservoir across the street. So I'm walking down alongside the street, and all these cars are passing, and he stays a ways down. And I'm going, up the road, but I'm still looking towards the orchard. And all of a sudden, I look up and I see this canine, which I thought was a coyote, at the edge of the orchard and the avenue. This thing was looking at me, and I told my friend, I go, "You see that? You see that? Are you seeing it? It's right there. You see that?" And I'm pointing at it, and when I'm looking at my friend, but I'm pointing at this canine-type creature, and I'm pointing at it, and then it lifts its head. I look back at it at the canine thing, and it lifts its head like twice. It lifted up in the air, like it lifting its head up in the air, and then it turned around and it walked all funky on all fours.
Good.
And I'm telling my friend, "Are you seeing it? Are you seeing this?" And he goes, "I can't see it from where I'm at because it wasn't like on the curve on the avenue." And this was during the day, and it was like an orange brownish color. But it walked away all funky, and it didn't have no tail. I was like, "What the heck was that?" I told him, "Dude, it walked away on all fours, all funky, like you had like joints." Like,
Wait a minute. Somebody else. Hey, Brown, are you paying attention? Hold on, let me ask him a question. Brown, are you still here? Okay, I think you might remember, somebody out there in California had a picture of something that looked kind of like a dog with no tail that was the same color that Cryptid's talking about. Looked kind of like an orangish, brownish, weird, freaky. It wasn't a Sasquatch. It wasn't a DM. Do you remember what that was? Yeah, I can hear it, Christy. And Shane, I wish you wouldn't leave. Somebody just got through. I just listened to somebody's show that was talking about that. And I believe it was in Brown's neck of the woods. And they said that it was not a Sasquatch. It was too small to be a Sasquatch. It was freaky shaped. It did not have a tail. Because people kept telling them it was a rabid coyote or something like that, but it was walking on two legs, and I don't remember who had that video, and I don't remember, but I do remember that it was in California, but I believe it was in the Pacific Northwest. I mean, I think it was pretty high up there. I can't for the life of me remember exactly where, but I do remember them saying that it was the fur on it or the hair on it almost looked matted? Or was it
kind of far? I can't tell.
Okay, because that's what this...
I can tell you it was like an orange brownish color.
That's exactly what this... You just sparked a memory for me with somebody else making the same comment. And they have seen Sasquatch before, and they have seen... Still, they said... Yeah, Shane, stick around for a minute, hon, please. But they had made the same comment, said the same way that you just did. That, but they said it was not. It was smaller than a Sasquatch, but it was just an odd shape, and it could have looked like I guess a coyote or something along those lines without a tail, walking on two legs, but it was freaky looking. It was just odd looking. And now I'm going to have to go back to my history and find out which one that was. I can't remember what it is, but I think you need to talk to him. And then somebody also mentioned in here, which I'll bring this up to you, Jules says it's a pukwudgie. What's a pukwudgie? Anyway, hold on a sec. Yeah, hold on a second. That might be. It might have been Duke that I heard on somebody's talk show or something. But hang on a second. Randy Caveman Yazzie. Do you know him? Cryptid. Cryptid.
Yeah.
Do you know Randy
Sorry.
Caveman Yazzie?
No.
Okay. You might want to look him up. He's the one that does a lot of that skinwalker stuff. It was Duke.
Randy?
Jules says, yeah, it was Duke. Okay. But yeah, his name is Randy Caveman Yazzie. And you can look him up on YouTube. But he's the one that does the skinwalker. And I think he... Doesn't he live somewhere out there, guys? I don't remember exactly where Caveman's from.
Okay, I'll look him up.
Browndorf says pukwudgies are on the East Coast. Little people, very aggressive. Well, I don't know if they're just on the East Coast, but
Well, this one was on all fours. It had long legs. I thought it was a coyote at first, but then when it turned around, no tail, and it walked all funky, like all these joints going. It couldn't walk. It just walked all funky.
yeah, it was Duke's. Yeah, I need to find out that show that he talked about it, because he said the exact same thing.
And then after I saw it, it seemed to go into the orchard. I told my friend, I go, you didn't see it. I couldn't see it around the angle, around the corner. And we were just there observing the orchard, and then I could feel like it was staring right at us. And I go, I need to start taking pictures because I feel it right in front of us. It's looking at us through the citrus tree. And he was feeling something. There was something strong here. And then all of a sudden, my stomach started hurting like big time. Like it shot something to us. Like the energy force. I don't know, but all of a sudden my stomach hurt bad.
This sounds just like Duke's story. It sounds just like you came up across the same thing that he was talking about. This is identical. This is identical.
Really?
Yeah. He said the same thing, and I don't know if he was talking about him or somebody else, but you said the exact same thing about getting sick in the whole 9 yards. I don't.
Yeah, my stomach started hurting. I started getting nauseated. My head was hurting. My friend was starting to get, he was starting to get sick. Like he was feeling sick.
Oh my goodness.
And then I just said a prayer to protect us, and it relieved. It relieved us for a while. All of a sudden, it relieved after I said that prayer. And we were walking along back to the truck, and we were still feeling like something was getting closer to it through the orchard. And again, I got like a shock, whatever infrasound or whatever you want to call it. I got a shot again, and I started getting sick. I started tasting metal in my mouth. And I was telling my friend, and we were getting the same thing. Said the prayer again, it relieved it. And I just thought, we need to go, because there's something here. And we feel it is here. It's not good. You got to go.
Wow. Yes, Christy, you can. That is freaky. That is really freaky.
So then I tried, about a month later, I went back with him to make a video. And this is a heavy trafficking. A heavy trafficking. A lot of vehicles on this road. It's heavy, okay? There's a lot of vehicles. It's a popular road. So there's always traffic going through there. It was so loud, I couldn't even make the video. But when we got back out there, I was trying to make the video, and again, we started getting sick. So the same symptoms. It's like, man, my stomach's killing me. I'm tasting metal in my mouth. So yeah, I couldn't finish the video.
Well, it's not like you're the first person that said that. There's I feel bad for you. I'm glad that you prayed and you got rid of it, but this is like listening to the same story over again. I mean, I've heard this before, and I've heard it now. I'm thinking more than once, and so again, here we go back to the beginning questions that we had about, how many cryptids are out there. What else is out there that we don't know about? okay? What else is out there that people haven't come forward because they think it's too freaky to tell anybody, you know, but, you know, man.
Yeah, and then when I was telling my friend that it was lifting a tail when I was pointing at it, and to me it was like, what's up? Like it was saying, what's up? Like acknowledging me that I was pointing at it. But my friend said, you know what it was doing, right? And I go, what? It was trying to pick up your scent. Like, oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yep, that's what it did.
Dang. I don't know. I'm at a total loss.
And then I'm thinking now that, I'm thinking, well, after that encounter, I'm thinking about the height of the orange trees. And they're about 7 feet tall. They're about 7, 8 feet tall. So this thing was halfway on all fours, so it was about 4 or 5 feet on all fours.
Now,
And then it walked just all funky. Like it couldn't walk right.
That's weird. Hold on a second. Give me a minute here. I gotta look at something. Oh, I see. Christy sent me a picture. There's something in my front yard. I see what you're seeing, Christy. I'm sorry, Cryptid. I had to go look because my phone kept blowing up. But Christy Sci-Fi took a picture in my front yard, and there's something white to the left of my basketball hoop, and you can clearly, it actually looks like a face, doesn't it, Christy? That is kind of weird. I get activity out here more often than you can imagine. I wish sometimes I could just record. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this phone, but if I recorded on this phone, it would last only a few minutes and then shut off. I don't know why, but it won't let me. I have to go live in order to keep it going. But there's a lot of times that I'm sitting here without going live, without the phone here in the window, and you would not believe the activity out here. They are so noisy. They make, they do all kinds of stuff, and I could see shadows all over the place, and nothing what I would call definitive to somebody who was scrutinizing my videos, but I know for a fact that the activity that happens here is the Sasquatch. But when people take screenshots and show me, I'm just kind of shocked because I can't see what you guys are seeing. All I see is a light in front of my face. That's it. So I can't see it. But anyways, I'm sorry. I apologize for interrupting you. I just had to go run over there real quick and see what the heck she was pointing to, because now I still can't see it. But I kind of wish that all of us, in a way, I do plan on making a trip to the West Coast and the East Coast, God willing, next year, meet and greets, and hopefully in an area that is active, so we can go out together as a team and do some squatching together. So I don't know exactly when that'll happen, but I'm more interested now than ever to go to some of these locations that have other cryptids, because I am just, where part of me wants nothing to do with it, part of me is just, aren't you just, you want to know?
And then there's people telling me about reptilians now. It's like, oh my God, are you serious?
Well, they've been talking about reptilians for years, though. That's nothing new. Reptilians and the black-eyed kids and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
That's been around for years.
Yeah, and I've heard about the black-eyed kids here in town too. It's like, I don't know. I mean, everything is like situated around here. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, I honestly think a lot of us need to to be really prayed up. I'm being serious now. I think a lot of us need to be prayed up and understand what we're dealing with. This is. I don't think this is a time to mess around with what could be out there. And I think the only fight that we have is to be prayed up. So I think that's our only defense, because you got people that say they have shot him and killed him, and other people say they shot him and didn't kill him, and then you hear about these people disappearing, these people dying, these people being torn to pieces. I think the only option we have at this point, to me, that would be the strongest option, is our faith. because I've heard quite a few people that said that they have called on the name of Jesus or God, and these things have disappeared. They've taken off.
Yeah.
So that's, and I am not religious at all. I'm faith-based. God has revealed himself to me, not in the physical form, but in fact, but in healing me many times and taking me out of situations that were almost impossible for anybody else to do. I can't deny him if I wanted to. So I am a true believer, and when this stuff started happening, I started questioning my faith. I started having a bunch of stuff went in my head, and then all of a sudden it became clear. And when it became clear, the scripture started pouring in, reminding me that the Lord told us about this in the Bible. He warned us of all this stuff that was going to happen. So that is your armament. That tells you what you're supposed to use against them, and what you're supposed to use against them is the Word. The Word is your sword. So to fight the enemy that is not flesh, well, what I call flesh, but principalities is the Word. So I believe Sasquatch are flesh. I don't know about DM. I mean, in order for something to tear somebody into shreds, I think they have to be, flesh and blood, and they've been shot before. But I'm talking about the whole internal part of it as far as I'm concerned. I think if you can rebuke them and they leave, then there's something to this whole thing that people are talking about, Enoch and parts of the Bible. Now, without getting into all that, because I don't know those details, I do know that forewarned is forearmed. So, anyways. So, anybody else have any questions for Cryptid?
I'm going to tell you, the house that we used to live in with paranormal activity.
You're not going to tell me no ghost stories. You're going to freak me out.
No, you got to check this. You got to watch. Just listen to this.
Okay.
So we only lasted there a year and a half, and we left. We bought a house. Luckily, we were able to buy a house, but we left. Anyways, I started this YouTube channel, a year and a half ago. My dad ended up telling me about where we used to live. There's a shop where my dad worked, and there's another little house next to the shop. And the renters told him one night, this was a couple years ago, they kept breaking into the shop. So, the renter would come out. We had dogs, and the dogs were going crazy. And we thought, okay, somebody's trying to break into the shop, so let's go. Him and his son went out, and he had a gun. So they went out to check the dogs were going crazy. We went out to check the shop, and they were walking down the avenue, Citrus Orchard Avenue. And the dad was carrying the gun, and the son was walking with him. They were walking down this avenue, and all of a sudden, in the avenue, according to the son, there was a huge black person, all black, standing right in the middle of the avenue, and the dad saw it, stopped talking. The son was talking to the dad and noticed that the dad was just staring straight. He was telling him what's going on. And then finally the son looks forward and he sees this huge silhouette of a man all black. And the dad just turned around and walked back, and the son's like, hey, where are you going back? So he didn't say a word. He had the gun, never brought it up. He walked back to the house. So now I'm thinking Sasquatch is in that area also.
Now you're freaking me
I
out.
don't know, because my brother-in-law, when we left, he rented that house that's next to that shop that we were in, and he experienced, he said one night, somebody was throwing rocks at the wall. One of the walls of the house.
From the inside or outside?
On the outside. So now I'm thinking it was Sasquatch all along that was there in that area. And then there was another story of another employee that saw something in the day. He said it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He got to the shop. He was hooking up a trailer to take to another ranch. He went down the avenue, came to another road, on the other side of that orchard, and he was heading into town. On the other side of this orchard, there was a filtration system, like an irrigation pipe system. He noticed a figure that was all black, squatting down behind the filtration system, and he saw it. He said it was all black. He thought it was like a man. It looked like a man, but he said it was all black, and he had some like horns on his head, and he had red eyes. And he stared at him as he passed by, and they were both staring at each other. So what the heck is that? So anyway, so he turned around the orchard, and he went back into one of the middle avenues. This thing was already at the other side of the field when he got there, at the other filtration. It was already there waiting for him as he passed by again. So it was like, I'm going to say about, and these orchards aren't small, they're huge.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm thinking Sasquatch is in that area too.
Me too, yeah, I have to agree.
If you already cut off my, you said it was all black, but this was a smaller one. It was all black and had red eyes. And it had he said it had like 2 horns on its head, but I don't know, I haven't talked to him.
That's another thing too. That's another thing too that a couple of people have brought up, the goat man. And I don't know why they got to attach the word man to them, because not one of these other animals like the DM, they don't look like men. The only thing that looks like a man out there, as far as I'm concerned, are the Sasquatch. The rest of them, I wish they would change all the words, goat man, DM, the rest of them. I wish they would change those names, because there's no man involved in it, So, and this goat thing, there's been quite a few people that have brought that up too, that they see something that looks like it has horns on top. I can't help but believe that's got to be demonic. I'm sorry. I don't always associate horns with demonic, but I think that I just believe that kind of stuff is demonic, because I just don't think that there's anything. I can't say the government hasn't tried to do hybrids with certain animals. I mean, can't say that that's not a possibility, but I don't know, it's just too weird that all these weird things are cropping up all at once. And I can't tell you, I've never done the research to find out if the goat or the DM were back in biblical days or I don't know. I can listen to DDoS and Kirk Stokes and yeah, I believe that, Shadow. You get what I'm saying? I think honestly, oops, I'm losing my phones. I think honestly, a lot of these new things that are coming out are absolutely demonic. I don't think Sasquatch is, but I think the rest of them are demonic. And I think they're popping up all over the place to create havoc and to do some destruction. I'm sorry, guys. I lost my phone. I was trying to show you guys without actually doing it, but there's eye shine across the street, and the phone fell. So I'm sorry. I'm getting some activity here, Cryptid. So, I mean, I'm sitting here watching a set of eyes across the street that's just staring at me. I mean, he's just staring at me, and I've waved a couple times, and he moved behind the tree, and I waved again, and he moved back out, and I'm watching him blink his eyes, but he's definitely across the street next to a tree, and I can't seem to get my phone up high enough again to see him. So, but his eyes are really bright from all. It looks like the lights on the house across the street. That's how bright they are. So I know.
So it's to the left.
Huh?
It's to the left of the light, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it. It went out.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll stay across there when I'm doing this, unless they really want my attention. But they'll stay over there, and he's just standing over there. I'm saying a he. I don't know if it is actually a he, but he's just standing over there, staring at me. This is the question that I ask people that have been around Sasquatch a lot. Why do they just stand there and stare? Why don't they come over and do something? Why do they just stand and look at us? Makes me nuts.
Huh? You can see it again, very faintly.
Yeah, I can see it. you know, if I cover up the light and I look back behind it, I can see the eye shine across the street. And he's just standing there. Like I said, you guys can't see me, but I'm waving at him and making faces and stuff like that. And he closes his eyes and then he opens them up and looks at me. But they're as bright as the lights across the street. And there's absolutely nothing on that side. Nothing. So I don't know. But anyways, I've kept Cryptid on here long enough. Anybody have any questions? Anybody want to ask anything? Good night, Shadow. God bless. And I'm sorry I missed everybody who left. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm so caught up in I love hearing Cryptid and his stories. So I'm so glad that you come on. I thank you so much, Cryptid, for accepting my invitation. You know,
thank you for having me. I'm honored to be on your show.
You have so many great things going on there, and I have had to resubscribe to your channel and Brown's channel and a couple other people's because I keep getting bumped off and I don't know why. And Tex was on today for an hour and I never got notification. I have the bell rung, so something's happening with YouTube and I don't know what it is. I'm not leaving, guys. I'm staying on. But thank you again, Cryptid, very much. I appreciate you more than you know. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to have you on again. Okay. And then if you can get in touch with or try to get in touch with Randy Caveman Yazzie.
Okay.
He knows a lot about skinwalkers, and he is from that area. He's got a lot. I did talk to him for a long time. I forgot all about that. That was a couple years ago. But very knowledgeable, and you'll like him. So if you would get in touch with him, and everybody say good night to Cryptid, and I hope I see you on the channel. We love you, and God bless.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you for having me. Thank you, chat. Bye. Take care.
All right, you take care of yourself.
Bye-bye.
Bye, hon. Okay, so that was awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I am so grateful to him. Very grateful that he showed up and agreed to get on the channel and talk. And guys, there's two sets of eye shine now. One up on top and one on the bottom across the street. But if you guys are not... Thank you, Chev. If you guys are not subscribed to his channel, please do so. He's got some really good stuff. I mean, some of them is scary. You can see stuff on it. I'm surprised that he doesn't have more subs than he's got. But it's the small channels like that that I think have some of the best, absolutely some of the best evidence out there. Not saying anything about, you know, any of you guys that have, you know, large channels, because I appreciate everybody. Absolutely appreciate everybody that's out there that's boots on the ground or that's learning. We need to know, and you guys that are going from channel to channel to channel and learning things from all these people, when you put your input in, that helps us tremendously. Hello, Bone Dancer, how are you? It does help all of our channels when you learn, because you're going to places we're not going. You bring that information back and we can start, you know, adding it to ours and figuring out what is real and what we believe in and what we don't. But again, like I said when he was on here, man, things are changing. And thank you, Jesus, for joining the chat tonight. We appreciate you too and your input. Jesus apparently is with Cryptid, so that is awesome. Chev, is that Cryptid's channel? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate you. That'll be fun. Yeah, you guys need to kidnap him and go out together. That'd be awesome. Dang, look at those eyes. And they are brighter than bright. There you are, Cryptid. Thank you again so very much. I appreciate you. Now I'd like to know why this one over here is just standing over there. Let me try to pick you up. And if you can see, I don't know if you guys can see him over there, but he's hiding behind a tree. Come on, babies. Come on. You're more than welcome anytime, Cryptid. I'm standing behind you and the stuff that you do. I think you're going to do great things. You got a lot of good stuff. Can you guys see him over there? Of course not. Now you're going to close your eyes on me? Don't you do that. Come on, babies. See, there I go again. Boo. Ooh, where's Lewis? He's saying for you to scrub to Southern Cal's channel. Is Southern Cal still here or did he leave? And Shane, tell me what's going on, hun. I need you to talk to me. You and Southern Cal both. Why are you guys having such a hard time? Open up and talk to us. You do awesome, Cryptid. Absolutely. You do awesome. Hi, Arena. How are you, sweetie? You still got those angels around your house, Arena, protecting you? You gotta visualize them, hon. Where's Brock? I don't know where Brock is, Christy. Thank you for the pictures, Christy. And I believe that's Grandma, Christy, because Grandma's great. Oh my goodness, look at those eyes. Good grief. Can you guys not see that across the street? Oops. Dagnabbit. I'm sorry, guys. This thing... Yes, you gotta do what Pappy told you to do. I'm sorry. I keep dropping the stupid phone. But look at him. Look at him just stand there. What are you doing over there? Come see me. Come on. Come on. Okay, Elo. Come on. To the right of the light, back in the back. He's actually across the street. But boy, when those eyes get bright, they are bright. Right now he's kind of squinting or something. He doesn't want me to see him because I'm paying attention to him. Good grief. But he lit up. Oh my goodness, Robin. Why would you walk on fire coals? Oh yeah, we have that a lot too. Let me move the camera, guys, and if that moves, Christy, let me know, because that means it's on the camera. And I cleaned it today too. Can you still see it, Christy? That's how we figured out one of those little lines was on the camera. One of those little blue lines was on the camera. Look at that light over there. You can see the street light now. Pretty bright, huh? Look at that. There's an orb. I'm teasing. It's not an orb. Hey, boo! See, now there's no eye shine over there at all. Where did you go? Big chicken. Alright, I'm going to try to set you back up here. I bought a new thing to set my phone up on, but I can't get it to stay. It keeps falling over. So I'm just a dummy when it comes to technology. Okay, Christy, it can be anything. It's the hard part about these phones. You can have something really tiny on your, because it's a little teeny tiny thing where the camera is. You can have something small on it and not even see it, and it'll mess up the whole video. I'm sorry, Quinn. I'm sorry. My phone is sitting on this little box. All I got to do is touch it and the whole thing falls. I have to get one of those. I actually have gotten one of those things that you set your phone up on, but it keeps falling over. I just can't get it to stand up because I don't have much space in this. There's what, little 3 inches between the window and the screen, and you guys are sitting on the screen in the window. If I take you away from the screen itself, you guys are going to see the screen. So I have to have you right on it so you don't have the lines. Hey, Christine, how are you? No, no, no. No, no, no. You mean darn, don't you? It is a phone tripod, Christine. It just falls over. Bone. He said poop. Oh, that's cute. You fit right in here, Bone. It's a nice save. Well, I'm glad you said hello, Christine. Welcome, hon. How's your job search going? I'm sorry, you and I haven't been able to talk. Boy, I'm just inundated. I miss our conversations. Yeah, we're family, Andrew. What's not good, Christy? Ryan, put those donuts back before I slap you with cactus. Yeah, job searches are hard. You have to know somebody now to get into a job. I don't care how educated you are. Well, I'm still praying for you, Christine, to find the right one. Exactly, Tony. This is also an alternative med chat, and if I catch you eating donuts, I'm going to throw cactus at your head. No soda either. Well, you came in there, Ryan, saying you were touting donuts. You think I'd miss that? Exactly, Brown. Belle, behave yourself. Yep, Martha will pull out the hammer, too. She's got a couch you guys will get grounded to. You guys better watch it. I mean, you better watch. Martha will get you. So we need more people out in the woods, don't you think? Just go out there with your camera and just, or your phone, and just start going around and around in circles, taking snapshots of everything. We do it a lot, Andrew. The issue is my stomach hasn't been very nice to me lately, so it's kind of hard for me to go on every night. But, you know, I have a big mouth and I can sit and jaw jack. I'm a female. I can jaw jack all night long. But, yeah, I know, Ryan. Don't make me cry again. And smile. No, I've done the probiotics. I'm gonna find a cure for gastroparesis. That's all there is to it. But I don't have to do it every night, you know. You guys don't have to listen to my voice every night. There's a clearing, Christy. It's a clearing where we're gonna put all of our tents and the campfire in the middle. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Why, is it raining, Brown? Or is the ground just wet? No one said food. Nope, no one said food. The dew's falling. He's 2 hours behind us. Hi, Pappy. Hello, all my lurkers. You know I love you, don't you? And is Shane still here, or did he leave? Southern Cal, too. I hear you out there. It depends on who you are, Chev. For you, cookies are a way of life, huh? But since your cookies help you, I won't say nothing. Unless you're telling me stories, then, you know, you're going to get in trouble. Hi, Nelson. How are you, sweetie? Oh, I love nag champa, but I like cedar, too. I can't stand patchouli. Oh, my word. Someone smells like patchouli. There was a store I went into yesterday, and it smelled like patchouli. I turned around and walked right back out. It was, like, nasty. I can't stand that smell. I don't know why. Ugh. It's 1 o'clock here, Andrew. So you must be on the East Coast, huh? Nita. My sweetie Nita. Okay, so really, did Southern Cal and Shane leave? We need to put those two in our prayers, guys. Good to hear, Ryan. Good night, Jules. Love you. God bless. Yeah. Lewis is here? Lewis, are you here? Hello, Jack. Ryan. Yeah, I have, as a matter of fact. Good night, Miss Christie. Love you, hun. Yeah, I don't go running around in the dark here because there's too many stray dogs. And I don't trust them. Okay, Ryan. No, they're wild dogs. I don't think there's any chance of adopting them. Or I would. I have a very large kennel in my backyard. Well, habitat actually, where my wolves were. And I'd much rather have them in that habitat than running around the streets. Someone shoot them. Yeah, I raised two. Hey, Eric, welcome back. I raised two wolves, but someone killed them. I hear you. No, he shut down basically. He said when those wolves pass that he's closing down because he's too old to take care of the place now. The only other place that I could possibly get wolves from is up there in Wisconsin, but they'd have to come down here, and I think the laws in Arkansas have changed as far as wolves are concerned. I was grandfathered in because I already had them, but oh, I love turtles. They're so cute. Every time that turtle shows up in my yard, I take him back over to the pond, or the wet weather creek. Oh, I didn't, Gator. I've been occupied. A bear grabbed his camera. Oh, how cute. Wow. Was that tonight? It's okay, Ryan. What the heck is all that noise over there? Wow. That's cool. I don't know why, but I love turtles. They might not like CBD oil, but CBD oil is good for a lot of things. Oh, that's cute, Tina. I'll go back and watch it. That's cool, Ryan. Come on, where are you? Lots of noise out there. We know, Brown. Oh, you're so cute. You're adorable. Yeah, CBD oil doesn't do anything for me. Yeah, I don't kill the spiders outside. I kill the ones in the house because they don't like me. Now, if I can get a bigger one, if I found a bigger spider, I'd capture it and put it outside. But the small ones, you know those little white house spiders? I'm actually allergic to them. So I kill those. But the ones outside, I leave. The ones under my cupboards and stuff, I leave. You know, I mean, I won't clean that out. I won't spray that area. I'll spray the baseboards, you know, for other critters or something like that. I killed a scorpion, 2 centipedes, and 2 spiders in my bathroom. I was like, I told my husband, I said, no more. I'm done. Time for the bug spray. What works really well is the diatomaceous earth, but I can't put it around the house because of the dog. And I didn't get a chance to plant any peppermint around the outside of the house, which I'm telling you guys works really well. Spells. No one does spells here. Oh, it's just beautiful out here. 9 more days until we go to Falk. I'm so excited. So excited. Well, it's peaceful out here tonight, though. My crickets are back. My tree frogs. Cicadas. Yeah, I imagine German Shepherds and a lot of dogs that have the hip dysplasia would work really well with the CBD. And welcome, Chilled Fox. Sorry. Been talking all this time and didn't even say hello. Me bad. I'm sorry, Gator. Yeah, the eyes are still across the street, although they've moved more to the right than to the left, so I have no idea what they're doing. In fact, about the same level as the basketball hoop, which means definitely across the street. Hearing all that? I'm just waiting for some activity or something from them. They're standing over there blinking their eyes and moving, but they're not coming over here. But I just heard a whoop. Sophia Loren, that's a cute name. No, not at all, Christine. Very quiet. Yeah, me too, Pappy. I've got to take a shower tonight. I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. Really? I really wish it worked for me. Good night, Pappy. Love you. God bless. I have tried, what, maybe 5 different kinds. About 4 hours, Gator. I gotta stop at the property first and pick up some stuff, so a couple of days before I leave, I'll make sure that I kind of change my days and nights so I can get up early. I want to get there maybe about noon. Exactly, Jack. That's the truth. I mean, if you start now, you don't have a car. Yeah, I hate getting up early. Do you guys notice that there's a bunch of places that are telling you to buy stock in CBD oils now? What are you waiting for, Nita? Oh, there's that smell. Ooh. I hope not either, Brown. No rattlesnake. I think you'd hear the rattlesnakes, though, before they went in there. Yeah, everybody wants you to invest. That's how the government's going to make their money off of CBD oil. You knew they were going to get involved in it somehow. That's why they allowed it. They're going to make buku bucks off of it. Start up all these little teeny mom and pop places that are going to sell you what, snake oil for, $59.95. Pocket it. Invest in the company. Yeah. Why do you sell it, Eric? Is it going to pass, Nita? It depends, Arena, on where you get it. If you buy the Nutra Noche, or if you buy the, what's the other one called? Dang it. Sovereign Silver. They're most of the time you're going to get them in 30 parts per million. And it probably costs about $20 for a bottle. I wouldn't buy from any other company but those two, Sovereign Silver or Nutra Noche. Good night, Belle. God bless you, hon. Welfare gang. Yeah, my daughter's kind of freaking out. She doesn't know which. Yeah, I think it's Lewis. Is that you, Lewis? I don't know I'd be really nervous if it actually does go across the state. You know, if it bounces off, that's one thing, but if it doesn't, I see a lot of people in trouble. Cryptid, when's your birthday? Who else's birthday's in November? November what, Cryptid? Because Tommy passed, Robin. Yeah, I'm not sure if it will, Arena. I'm not sure what it's gonna do. Is it still a category 5? Yours the 20th? Mine's the 4th. What's that, Chilled? Hi, Tim. How are you? Okay, so it's slowed down. Yeah. Tommy passed away. 2 tracks, Tommy. He passed away yesterday. Nelson, yours is November 4th? Thank you, Eric. Yeah, I love coffee too. I'm a coffeeholic. Oh, that's my birthday is the 4th. Thank you, Christine. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, everybody who's answering me about the hurricane. I am really concerned for people there. Yeah, no, he passed away at 5:17 p.m. yesterday. He had a heart attack. If any of his family members are here tonight, they're awesome, but they came on after and told us. Lana spent some time with us last night. That's his sister. Cindy, his wife, wasn't able to come on. She wasn't, yeah, it was too hard for her, and I haven't heard from his brother yet. But that's why I was laughing and crying at the same time, because it's a blessing that he's home where he wants to be, and it's also very heart-wrenching that he's gone. Yes, he did, Robin. Eric. Then if you like the taste of coffee, then drink dandelion tea. It tastes just like coffee. It's really good for you, too. Yeah, we have, Christine. We've been praying since yesterday. Well, what, Robin? I'm sure she will too, Chev. And I'm glad she decided to join us. Aw, I'm sorry, Robin. Well, if you guys have the address, then you can send the condolence cards to that address. If you don't have it, you can get with me on my email address and I'll give it to you. I just don't want to post it on here anymore. Or maybe he'll still help you from above, Robin. I know, me too, Chev. I'm telling you, it was awesome that they came on, Lana and Cindy. Well, he told me we could do both. He did too. He said we could do both. We could laugh and cry, because that's what he'd be doing. What is this mess? I've got cords all over the place. I wouldn't let that scare you. Not to know where you're going. And Lana said that Tommy brought a CNA to the Lord right before he passed. That sounds like Tommy. Yeah, Chev's on. He's been talking about cookies all night. And Cindy or Lana, if you guys are here, we love you, your family. You're welcome here anytime. Hope you know that. You don't have to say a word. You can sit on the sidelines and just watch or listen, but you're welcome here. Yeah, he went through the surgery fine. The Lord healed him of cancer. He had no more cancer. Then the night we were talking about that, he was air flighted to UCLA for a liver transplant. He went through the liver transplant just fine. He didn't reject it or have any infection, and at 5:17 yesterday, he had a massive heart attack and passed. He said he knew he was going. He told me he knew he was going, though. Yeah, CNA. Amen, Brown. Did Miss Claire fall asleep? Yeah, I'm sure it's going to take a while for them to get over the initial shock. It always does, but Lana did say that he said he wouldn't want it celebrated. Yep, and he also had over 30 heart surgeries, as far as I was told. The man was a living, breathing miracle. Absolute miracle. He did a lot in his life. some water. Hang on a second, guys. I'm parched. What was too unhealthy, Jack? Oh yeah, we'll carry on Tommy's legacy here. He will never be forgotten, or Annalise. You have to share that life with other people. Oh, let me rephrase that. It's easier if you share that life as living with other people. Love them as if today was their last day. Yeah, they might be gone, but they're not gone. Good night, Robin. God bless you. Oh yeah, family's never forgotten. Family will always be family whether they're here or not. What does namaste mean? Hey Blind, how are you, sweetie? Boy, you've been on my prayers a lot today. What are you saying no to, Robin? What does that mean, Tony? Good night, Nita. Love you, hon. God bless you. What does that word mean? Somebody? So you use that word instead of what? Instead of saying God bless you? It means you know to your true self. You bow to your true. What? Oh, I don't understand that, but okay. Good night, Cryptid. God bless you, hon. What's chakra? You guys are saying words I have no idea what you're talking about. Cryptid, you're an angel for joining me. Blah, blah, blah. You're an angel for joining us. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Hope you have a blessed evening. Oh, I'm tongue-tied tonight. Now, what's that, Brown? You guys have all kinds of words that I have no idea what they are. Never even heard of them before. Is that a group or is it a Southwestern Asian cultures? I was going to say, is that a culture thing? No. Can't really look it up while I'm sitting here. It's parts of the bodies with colors of... Oh, I don't do any of that stuff. Okay, just wanted to know. Good night, Ryan. God bless you. I hope you sleep well, hon. Yeah, I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything they're talking about, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, I don't do auras and all that kind of stuff. I don't know anything about that stuff. I just believe in my Lord Jesus Christ, Him crucified, resurrected on the third day. That's what I believe in. The rest of the stuff I have no idea about. Oh, I just got a nice cool breeze. Oh, thank you, Lord. Hey, blind sniper. Yes, he does. And he will be my only teacher. Blind. Are you still here? Quiet, Quinn. Go to sleep. Blind sniper, please tell me you're still here. Okay, okay. Blind, listen to me for a second, hon. I would very much like you, Brown. Blind, I would very much like you to stand in the middle of your house, and I would like you to picture your guardian angels and the fighting angels, including Michael, standing there and getting rid of the stuff that's going on in your house. And don't stop seeing those angels until that garbage is gone. The only way that you can fight back spirit is spirit. You need the word, and you need to cast them out, and you need to get that stuff away from your family. And tonight, tonight I'm going to ask you to honestly say it out loud and rebuke them from your house and from your life. Tell them to leave. They have no power in your house. They have no power in your life. Remember, nobody can come in and steal from you if you're armed. You need to arm yourself with the proper armament. Blind, take control. That is the whole armor of God right there. But you need to take control. You need to get angry because they do not belong there. Oops, there goes my phone. Hold on. I'm going to lose you guys. Of course, his job is to destroy and divide, okay? So you need to fight back, Blind. I've been doing this for years in my family, and I'm just starting to notice a difference. But trust me, I went through drugs, alcohol, nastiness, demonic stuff, and I just keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and I believe that's one of the reasons I got so sick. So you need to fight back. You need to put your foot down and say enough is enough and cast them out. Cast them out of your children. Fight back, but you got to fight back with the Word of God. You need those words, and you need to understand that they are powerful words. I promise you they work. If I hadn't been through it myself, I couldn't sit here and tell you this. And remember, I was a non-believer. I was a non-Christian. I was a non-Bigfoot believer. I was a lot of nons. Didn't believe in nothing. My point is, I learned the hard way. Once I found out that they had no authority, I call Satan a little green puke. And if I had an opportunity, I'd kick him and let him go flying through the trees. This stuff is real. It's not something out of books. It's not something that's just, for crazy people. It is real. The Bible talks about us fighting against things that are not of this earth. You need to be armed. Get your Bible out and start reading. Play the promises of God in your house all the time. We do it at night before we go to bed. And I'm constantly throwing stuff out of this house. I will not tolerate the demonic influence. I will not tolerate it. I get so angry, I fight. I get fighting mad. We have enough problems that we don't need outside forces. But once you recognize them, you're going to recognize them every time. That's what I'm talking about, Martha. Right. Well, since you found the Lord, Blind, you need to use that. He didn't give you that finding for no reason. You might be the spiritual leader in your household. Take your position. Put on the whole armor of God. Grab your sword. Stick it into the ground and say, and start fighting back. Don't you dare let them take over. If my husband doesn't go to bed too early tonight, I'm gonna hold hands with him tonight, and we are gonna pray specifically for you and your family. But you need to fight back, Blind. Fight back. Do not let this win. Do not let it tear you apart. Fight back. You have the strength, you have the power, you have the knowledge, and you have the word. Use it. Just my sword comes up. I am wielding this big, huge, heavy sword, and I'm ready. I will fight. I will fight to the death. Yes, he's a mighty fortress, and I'll tell you what, people learn the hard way. How real he actually is. You wait. You actually do that, blind, and see that stuff start to disappear. You'll realize how strong and powerful he actually is, and his word is. But it's going to be a fight. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have to fight for the lives of your children. That's right, Chev. Prayer warriors unite. Right, the new Christians today are not Christians. And I'm not saying this, I'm not being negative, I'm just saying they believe they have more power than God does. The new Christian movement believes that you actually have more power than God does. And that is false. Those are false. That's what the Bible talks about. Your faith is not weak. You're tired. Your faith is not weak. You are tired. Now it's time for you to get angry. If he can break you down and he can start to separate you from your Lord, he's won. And I promise you, look at your name, Blind Sniper. You're not going to stand there and let someone chop off your head and cut your family apart. You're not going to do it. So you get angry and put that anger in the right place. Okay, Arena. It's easy to mess up mess up understanding on text. Trust me. I know. People misunderstand it, but yeah, new Christians don't know. They need to be taught. You know, the Bible talks about us teaching, raising our children. You know, we're too preoccupied. Maybe we go to church on Sundays. That's not teaching the kids. We have to live that life. I promise you this. I've shown my grandkids how to fight, how to self-defense. No, it's not religion, Brown. I've shown my grandkids how to defend themselves. Okay, I've taught them all, and so's their dad. We taught them self-defense. These, even the girls can take care of themselves. I promise you that. But that's not as important as a foundation part of what they need to learn. How to fight back spiritually. I know, blind, that you are not ready to quit, or you would not be asking for help in prayer. What you need strength in numbers, which you have right here. Any person on this chat is strength in numbers for you. Remember, a 3-stranded cord is hard to break. And I don't know how many people are actually on here tonight. Well, somebody left. No, we don't go to church. That's why I said this is not about religion. I'm not into religion at all, any form. Amen, Tina. It's a personal relationship. It's between you and the Lord. Okay, I've lost 3 people now. Well, that's okay. Right, I do not think of myself as religious at all. Absolutely, we can pray with you again tonight. If that's what you'd like, I'd be glad to pray. Welcome back, Mike. Yeah, I don't believe in religion at all. I believe in pure faith. There's definitely more than two. Everybody who's going to grab their candles or whatever they're going to do, we're going to go ahead and pray as a family together for blind sniper. So if you do candles, go ahead and get your candles ready. Whatever you do for prayer, when you're ready, let me know, and we are going to pray for blind sniper. I can feel it welling up inside of me. Cast them things out like nobody's business. You have the strength. Okay, here we go. Are your candles ready? Dear Father in heaven, my Lord, my God, Abba Father, you are the creator of heaven and earth. You have created every beautiful and wonderful thing on this planet and in the stars and the sky. Lord, you called things into existence. You've warned us about those things that we are to be weary of. You've told us what authority we have over the animals and the dominion that we have. You've given us the spirit, Father, of free will. You've given us the spirit of you. You've taught us how to fight against principalities of darkness. You've shown us the way, Father, in your word, in the Bible, where you said to read it, to get to know you, to understand you. Well, Father, all the warnings that you gave us about the things that we would go through here, we are experiencing. And the enemy is at his highest peak, I believe, with all the nastiness that's going on, the killings and the cancers and the terrorists and everything else that's going on. I'm sure that you're shedding tears for all those who don't believe. I'm sure you're shedding tears for all those whose hearts are broken. And I'm sure you're shedding tears, Father, for those people that are lost. My prayer tonight, Father, and those of the group here, we are together as one. Your word says where you are, 2 or 3 are gathered, there you are in the midst of them. Asking anything that it be your will, you will do it. Well, this is our prayer tonight, Father, coming together as a core group, praising your holy name and understanding that you are our Lord, our God, and the only one that I'll serve, the only voice that I will hear, Father. Now, I know that you told us that we would have the authority to cast out evil spirits, and that's what we're going to do together as a group tonight. Blind Sniper has come to us and told us about the stuff that's happening in his family with his children, and about the evil entities that have entered. And Father, right now, in the name of Jesus, I ask you to send Michael, the archangel, to his home. I ask you to surround him with a hedge of protection, flaming swords to fight and cast out the enemy. Release him now in the name of Jesus. I rebuke you, evil spirits. Get away from him and his family. You have no authority in his life. His heart and his life is in your hands, Lord, and the enemy has no place there. And I ask you to give him that hope, give him that courage, and give him that strength to fight, to stand up every single moment until this is done. For him to be able to see your angels standing around there and know that he is protected. For him to be able to cast the evil out away from the family and to put his hand up and say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. So that nothing evil can come nigh that dwelling. And Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray for peace. The peace that only you can give. The peace that surpasses all understanding. Rain upon that house, Father. Give him what he needs. to fight back. And we all said, I cannot pray on here like I pray when I am off, because you guys would say, who the heck is that? I get so mad when the enemy comes in. But let me tell you, Blind, you do have, and I can see them, you have angels around you to protect you. You need to see them for yourself. You'll be okay. Your family will be okay. You are the spiritual leader of your household. When you take on that position, you put the armor of God on, the helmet of salvation, the shield of faith. Gird your loins with truth, shod your feet in preparation of the gospel of peace, and the sword in the Spirit, which is the word of God. That is your fight. That is your armor. Keep that armor on and fight back. Take back what the enemy is trying to take from you. Take it back. Don't give him an ounce. Don't call on his name. Don't give him one bit of recognition. He doesn't deserve it. But Jesus does. Oh, I'm still fighting mad inside. I am going to be at war tonight, let me tell you. There's only certain things that I have patience for, and that isn't one of them. I have no patience for his antics. He knows what happens at the end, too. Hello, Rich King. Welcome back. Blind. Are you still here? Anytime. Whenever you feel that surge of empowerment, pray. Put your foot down and pray. Trying to think of the name of that movie. Which one was it? Oh, I know what it was. It was One Night with the King. Boy, is the lag that bad? pretty bad. Yeah, there's also the story of Ruth. There's some really good movies out there, guys. And let me tell you, they are pretty powerful. Oh, I'm not worried about it. This thing lags a lot. I don't know why, but it does. I was on last night, Robin. As soon as I found out, I went live. No, you're not slow, Arena. I think it was, what, 2 o'clock in the morning when I went live last night? It was pretty late. Yeah. That's right, Cryptid. Ask anything of my Father, and if it be his will, he will do it. So you know, casting out nastiness is definitely his will. Now, if you ask him for a new car, he may or may not allow that to happen, but let me tell you something. When it comes to this kind of stuff, oh yeah, he'll do it. You call on Michael Archangel, and if he's not totally busy, he'll be there. And for any of you who have had, if any of you have had an encounter with Michael the Archangel, you should tell people, because it is definitely it's definitely different. Amen, Martha. I don't know, I didn't go on twice, did I? I don't know, I haven't slept since then. I am tired. Another night of no sleep. Boy, I was fighting like crazy again last night. This seems to be a real big spiritual battle. And as long as the Lord keeps me healthy, I'm just gonna keep fighting. That's all there is to it. Well, Cindy was too. Ooh, peaceful night out here. Tonight would be a good night to sleep outside. There's just the most perfect breeze. I don't know what the temperature is, but there's a perfect breeze. And the sounds of the night are just perfect tonight for me. Wish I could sleep with my window open. Yeah, they're awesome people. They're awesome people. And I know you guys felt the same way, but I felt so blessed when they showed up, didn't you guys? That'd be nice, Pat. Go ahead, blind, because I've made my comments. They don't like hearing it, but yeah, me too, Arena. Yeah, when you tread between the two worlds, you're putting yourself at risk. You know, like I said, a lot of people are not ready for what they're going to encounter. I got you, Christine. Why not what, Tina? Yeah, you never go into a battle unarmed. People that do that for a living, that they know what they're doing. That is one heck of a door to open, in my opinion. So, there's a lot of people that can do it too. Yep, study, show yourself approved, rightly able to divide the word. Because I have no cross breeze anywhere, Tina. If I open up the window, my room downstairs, when they made this big house, they did it so backwards. There's only one air conditioner vent in my room, and it's underneath the bed. It's the only place you can put the bed in there. Uh-oh, Becky. Be careful, sweetie. But I would love to open my windows and just get the fresh air of the night in there. Oh, I would love it. We do that twice a year. We try to open up all the windows and air out the house. But it can't be any kind of humidity, you know, because we still have carpeting in the house. You do what you gotta do, blind. But you gotta remember, well, there's no place else to go, Arena. Quiet, Tony. Blind, if when you do that, remember you're gonna get repercussion. You silly Tony. How's your wife, Tony? And how are you doing, hon? But I try to tell people all the time, if the Lord gives you a word, regardless of how you get slapped, speak it. There's a reason for it. And blind, you know, by saying stuff like that, it just empowers you more. You know, you're saying it out loud. That's why I have no problem claiming the name of Jesus in front of anybody. I don't really care. I believe in what I believe in. All right, no, you're not leaving yet, Tony. You're going to tell me if you and your wife are okay. Don't you dare leave yet. Don't you sneak out of here like that. Tony, don't you dare sneak out of here. Somebody grab that boy's collar. Pull him back in this room. Tony. Okay. All right. Well, don't you dare leave without telling us. Are you having financial issues, Tony? Well, go to sleep, hon, but call me tomorrow. Yeah, the Bible warns about that. You know, you're given dreams and visions for a reason. You can either accept them or deny them or rebuke them or, you know, call them into existence. There's all kinds of things you can do. Remember how much power there is in the tongue. Your eyes are fuzzy, but you're doing laundry. Be careful you don't mix the reds with the whites. Tony, you have to call me tomorrow. And stop forgetting about me. You need to call me because I need to talk to you. Exactly, Arena. Tony will tell his wife, I didn't do it. Aw, sweetie, you bought me a new pair of underwear. They're pink. He'll be like, yeah, I did. Ooh, I just saw a bright light. What is that? Oh, that's the neighbor's back. Oh, his back light just switched on, guys. You know, the motion detectors in the neighbor's backyard? Light just went on. I'm watching. Uh-oh, I hate when they kill bears. I'm afraid of bears, but I don't like it when they kill them. I like that guy that's up there in, what is he in? I don't think he's in Alaska. I think he's in, I don't remember where he was at. But anyways, he uses rubber bullets and he yells at them and he keeps them all under control as much as he can. And he cries when one has to get shot. I feel the same way. I mean, we're encroaching on their land, you know, not vice versa. Now, bears are terrifying to me, but it would take a lot for me to shoot one. Can you imagine, guys? I mean, think about this. Can you imagine if it got to the point where we weren't allowed, where all the predators and stuff like that all got killed off. Where we had nothing except for squirrels to look at when we went into the forest and stuff. I think we keep encroaching. That's exactly what's going to happen. To some areas, not all areas. Oh, I'm loving this breeze. Oh, Lord, it's awesome. Yep. He also says, though, if blessings and cursing come out of the same mouth, and that ought not to be. So we got to be careful what we say, because we can speak life or death to people and to ourselves. Correct? Well, I got to stop saying I'm sick. You know, I've known that for a long time, and it's just easy to fall out of my mouth. Isn't that just hypocritical? I'm a hypocrite. I just forget. It's easy to forget when you're caught up in it. I'm sorry, Tony. I don't think it's going to take long for the weather to break. I don't think we're going to have a long summer this year. I think it's going to be cut short. It's just a gut feeling I have. Oh, I understand that. Totally. Yeah, I've gotten on my knees, guys, and let me tell you this, Blind. I will tell you what I did. I have gotten on my knees, and I have scooped my children up in my mind's eye, and I have put them on the altar to the Lord. And I actually said that if their flesh be lost, that the Lord would save their souls. That's how bad things were with my children. A couple of them. Are you doing the, Arena, are you doing the apple cider vinegar in the morning? Yeah, they're not changing colors yet here. Ooh. I use Bragg's. It's apple cider vinegar with the mother. It's called Bragg's. You can make your own too. It's really easy. I know I was going to show you guys how to do it, but I just don't want to get in front of that camera. I know I'm bad. If I can find a way for someone to film it without showing me, I'll do it, but it's so easy. Exactly, Blind. Exactly. But I put my kids on the altar. I told the Lord, let their flesh be, if their flesh be lost, save their souls. Because I am at a loss what to do. Drugs, alcohol, I mean, you name it. It was horrific. Shut up, stomach. But I can show you guys how to make your own apple cider vinegar. That's just like buying it from Bragg's. The only problem is, have fun trying to find an organic apple. You know? Oh, don't worry about your misspelling, Sniper. We don't care about that. But it's so simple to make, and it doesn't take very long, and once you have it. But Arena, if you take the apple cider vinegar in the morning, and then you take what's called NAC, pycnogenol, CoQ10, and PQQ, your body will change. Your stomach will handle it. My stomach, I have GERD too. It'll handle it, I promise you. Your body just has to adjust to it, but you will be able to handle it. I have GERD too, hon. But what gets rid of mine is the DGL and the slippery elm. Well, you probably need hydrochloric acid. You know, you're probably one of those people that they're treating you for too much hydrochloric acid when you don't have enough. Most of the time when people have GERD, they don't have enough hydrochloric acid in their stomach, and the doctors are treating them with PPIs, which are proton pump inhibitors, which takes out all the rest of the hydrochloric acid, and now you have GERD like nobody's business. And that opens up your stomach to bacteria, bad bacteria, and it opens up it turns around and the PPIs destroy your kidneys. So, hey Ramona, hi sweetie, how are you? Okay, so all you need to do, Arena, is the hydrochloric acid test. If you Google it and just all you gotta do is type it in. You need to find out if you have enough or not. Just type in hydrochloric acid test. It'll tell you what to take to find out which one you have. And I bet you 10 to 1 you're low. And if you're low, betaine is the thing that you'll need to take. Betaine. But just don't go buying it. Take the test first. Thank you, Martha. And it'd be nice, wouldn't it, if your GERD's gone? If I didn't have what the doctors call is wrong with me, I wouldn't have the GERD, because they destroyed the pyloric sphincter by doing the EGDs, going down my stomach to look at my ulcers and stuff that I had, and test and test and test. So mine is actually a malformed flap that goes into your stomach, as opposed to the acid. But the best way for people to find out if they have enough is to do the test. Do it exactly like it explains to you how to do it, and you'll find out which one you have. And if you need hydrochloric acid, your GERD will be gone. No more. No, Tony. Behave yourself. My hubby's doing laundry too. I just thought about that. Shut up, stomach. Listen to my stomach. I'm drinking a bunch of water, and my stomach's going crazy. I love my core water. Guys, you guys are really quiet tonight. What are you thinking about? No, laundry's boring. I'll clean the house before I'll do the laundry. Yeah, you should hear my stomach. It's like water. That's why I think that they're lying to me about gastroparesis. Gastroparesis means your stomach doesn't work. How is it my stomach makes all this noise if it doesn't work? Does it make any sense to you? It doesn't make any sense to me. Hallelujah. 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 Ooh, what's that? I see a raccoon. You better not go in my trash, you little brat. Oh yeah, 4 different doctors. You know what they do? I don't know what to tell you. The only thing I can tell you is the closest thing that we can tell you have is gastroparesis. I was like, hello? You not hear my stomach? And like, well, yep. I've done all of them. I just threw up the barium. It didn't work. That's why they said gastroparesis, but I doubt it. For most part, Chev, when I remember to take it, my problem is I get caught up in what I'm doing and I forget. I forget to eat. I haven't had anything to eat all day today. I mean, nothing. Excuse me. See? Just burped up my water. You can't tell me my stomach doesn't work. Excuse me, by the way, I burped. I need to get me some more, I guess I'm going to have to buy it because I can't get it around here, but I need more dandelion tea. Yeah, I forget to eat. It's not really a stomach chemistry test. What they did was they stopped, basically put all the stops in because I tested very strongly for H. pylori. You know, I'm one of those weird cases. I'm like 2% out of the Americans that have such a bad case of H. pylori that they say, the next step is gastric cancer. You know, because they can't get rid of it. Hush, Chev. I just won't answer the phone. I'm teasing. You know, had someone told me way back then that it was H. pylori, it might have been workable, but I even got to the point where I did everything the doctor told me to. I took everything the doctor told me to, and all I did was get sicker and sicker. And then I had to redo my body because everything was just, you know, the bacteria was so, you know, so bad. And so I went on I started doing the probiotics and prebiotics and slamming my body with that, and the more I took, the sicker I got. So over these past 5 years, yeah, Becky. So for the past, well, actually the past 3 years, I've just been working on different vitamins, minerals, and herbs, and tinctures, and Ayurvedic medicine, and homeopathic and naturopathic, and just trying them all out. I did the Matula tea, that didn't work. I did all the Manuka honey. I did the slippery elm and all the other stuff. I did everything they told me that I read, that I did studied, and I was compliant, you know, with the testing. I tested for 2 weeks. Some of it worked for the 2 weeks and then stopped working. So I had to change up what I was doing. The problem that I ran into with mine is that I would forget to eat. And so my stomach would be doing all that painful stuff, and I would just go lay down on a heating pad, not realizing that I was just hungry. You know, I can sit here and tell you guys all day long how to take care of yourselves, but when it comes to me, I just totally forget. I'm horrible. Yeah, well, I don't have anybody to do that. My husband will call me and ask, no, I forget. I'm not non-compliant, I forget. My husband will call me and ask me if I want, you know, if I want something, and usually I just tell him no thanks. Oh yeah, I will jump all over you for not doing what you're supposed to do, but I don't have anybody to do that back to me. Na 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 na. I'm horrible, aren't I? My eye shine's all gone. What time is it anyway? $2:35. That's really cool. Hammer time. My husband's got this verse of the day. Let's see what it says. Okay, stupid phone. Let's go. You're going to give him the verse of the day or not? Nope. How's that, Ramona? Come on, you stupid phone. Na 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 na. Request timeout. You know, I didn't do it, you did. Dang. So much for the verse of the day. I don't like his phone. Shut up, stomach. I guess I'll just go ahead and go to bed. I want to go to Tracy's and backtrack it and see that bear. Oh, now you're going to make noise out there? Really? Did everybody fall asleep on me? It's so quiet tonight, everybody's sleeping. Okay, we have Ramona, Arena, Martha. Yeah, Martha's getting sleepy. What if I whistle? I'll wake up all the people that are sleeping with their phone on their chest. They'll yell at me tomorrow. That was too cute. You're right as the male? Oh, okay. Oh, cool, Pat. Yeah, Claire will jump out of her chair. I haven't seen Joe in a while. Does anybody know where he's been? I haven't even seen him in the chat. Aw, poor Quinn. It's 2:39 here. Oh, well, at least I post them, hon. Yeah, I know he works a lot. Your phone? Okay, and that's hold on. And it's plugged in, baby. So I think it's at 100%, okay? Hello, kiss goodnight.
I love you, baby.
Love you too.
I don't believe in skinwalkers.
I don't. I know. I love the physical labor intense. I cannot stand being bored. He's gone already, Tony. He's going to bed. He finished the laundry, so now he's going to bed. He's got to work tomorrow. I'm sorry, Arena. But, hon, if you start taking that stuff, we'll get you some energy, I promise you. Remember, apple cider vinegar, your body will adjust to it. I promise you'll adjust to it. Thank you, Tina. And NAC, pycnogenol, CoQ10, PQQ. Start taking those every single day. Your energy level will change. Those are all really good for circulation, for energy, you know. Yeah, it's nasty. I mean, absolutely nasty. But I just mix mine with honey. Well, if you have fibromyalgia, all that stuff I just told you about would help. Okay, Arena. Oh, no, Becky. Dang it. Well, just email me, Arena. I'll give you the list. But, yeah. Ooh, that's fun. Okay, Blind Sniper. Do you think M80 will scare him off? You need to get yourself one of those rifles with the rubber bullets. Hey Ramona, have you tried pickle juice? Small amounts, like a tablespoon of pickle juice at a time. And you still get sick? Sounds to me like you have a hydrochloric acid problem also. Ramona, do me a favor and look up betaine and see if you can't do that test that it calls for, the hydrochloric acid test. Because even with my stomach issues, I can still take the apple cider vinegar. Yeah, it's getting late. I'm not going to be on much longer anyway, blind. I got a lot of things to do tomorrow. And I hate getting up early. Let me wake up on my own about noon and I'm happy. But I'm going to have to get up about 8. Get some phone calls in. And I got to get that video from my boot scoots to that guy. I haven't made that video yet. I need to do it outside. Okay, so that means you have enough. Yeah, chemo will definitely do it. If it helps sometimes, then sometimes it doesn't, Ramona. Then that's the issue. That's what we need to find out. Because I can take baking soda once in a while and it helps. But other times I take baking soda and it makes me sicker than a dog. Sometimes I can take because you know they use bismuth. That's really, you know, like, it's something new that they've been trying for H. pylori. So I tried it once for 3 days. The first day it was fine. The second day I was just yakking. I mean, that stuff nasty. Okay, that means you probably have too much hydrochloric acid. Okay, Martha. Yeah, I'm getting ready to go too, hun. Love you too, sis. I'll see you in 9 days. Woohoo! Good night, Blind Sniper. And it's our pleasure to pray with you. Anytime you ask for prayer, we'll do it. And you can, Blind Sniper, you can email me anytime. But good night. God bless you. Love you guys. Good night, Pat. I'll say good night to you guys too. Good night, everyone. God bless you. Don't forget your prayers. And I'll talk to you soon. Yeah, Nexium is not good for your kidneys. Just text me or call me, Ramona. But good night, all. God bless you. I hope you have a restful night and that you sleep well. Prayers to everybody. Big hugs. Bye.